got you. I got your shit. Is this what you want? Huh? Is this what you want? Well, come and get it, goddamn.
I'll fucking wait. Who wanna debate? Straight, let me cook. Fish frying while season and marinate. Every season, it's no reasoning, just unanimous decision. Smash the noti bell, and thanks to all subscriptions. Mama mentality, stop fouling me, I'm goated. Body shots got them folding. Every word they can quote it. Smoking bud, watching bud, smoke these niggas Mayweather with the defense, nothing short of genius. High step into the end zone like prime time. Point me to the limelight. Mic check, it's my time. The pod god every time I deliver. You're now tuned in to GOAT Thriller. I'm here to stay. All the chatter, y'all can dead it. Let's start the show. Yeah, I said it.
Yeah, I said it. Dinging on them. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I said it.
I'm the best ever. There's
I
never been
fucking
anybody.
wait.
I'm Sonny Liston. I'm Jack Dempsey. There's no one like me. I'm from Nairclaw. There's no one that can match me. My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable. And I'm just ferocious. I want your heart.
Yeah, I said it. Now, before I get into what I'm about to get into, I just want to make sure that each and every last one of y'all hit that like or dislike button. And please don't forget to put some motherfucking Coach K Duke full court pressure on that sub button if you're new to the channel. And please don't forget to ring that noti bell so you could be notified via email each and every time your boy E Thriller, aka Hamrothstein, aka GOAT Thriller, aka the motherfucking Black Picasso, because I paint these pictures so vividly with my words on the sport of boxing whenever I feel like it. And once again, fight fans, ladies and gentlemen in the Wolf Pack, welcome back. Now, first things first, man. Shout out to everybody that's watching this live stream podcast on my YouTube account. Shout out to everybody that's watching this live stream podcast on my Twitter account. Shout out to everybody that's watching this live stream podcast on my Facebook account, my TikTok account. Shout out to everybody on IG. Salute. Make sure y'all drop some motherfucking E3s in a dough whenever you pull up to let me know that you're rocking with your boy E Thriller, aka the Black Picasso. And also, if you hit that like button, and as always, if you would love to donate to the show, it's on the screen. The Cash App is Yeah, I Said It E3. Once again, Yeah, I Said It E3. Also, I pinned the link to my new Patreon page. So whenever I drop part 20, man, because I got some shit on there that I ain't going to be able to upload to YouTube, y'all. So if y'all want the real raw and uncut and unedited edition of part 20, aka the best series on YouTube, and it ain't even close, yeah, I said it, then you might want to click on that link at the top and sign up for $5 a month. I'm just saying. I'm gonna start posting all type of content on there, going live on Patreon and things of that nature. But if you want to go watch the best series on YouTube right now, because tonight is the last night, I'm taking all the motherfuckers down and I'm putting them on my Patreon page because I don't want to keep getting flagged and motherfuckers reporting my channel and all kind of goofy ass shit, right? So just a heads up, right? All right, back to what the fuck I was saying. So y'all see the title of tonight's show, right? It states, Terence Bud Crawford has earned the right to pick and choose his opposition because, I mean, he's the A side now. He's Mr. Two-time undisputed. He is the illest nigga in Nebraska. Yeah, I said it. He is the best fighter in the motherfucking sport currently, and it ain't even close. So, I mean, let me just preface my comments by saying this, y'all. if you are a Terence Bud Crawford fan, right? If you've been rocking with Bud from day one, and if you took issue with what he said on Twitter whenever he was going at Keith Thurman or whenever he was going at a Danny Garcia a couple of days ago, I posted it to my community wall. But let me find my motherfucking overlay so y'all can see it yet again. I believe Bud said, look, and I quote, all these fighters that was claiming to be their own bosses were hiding behind the term call out. Now they talking like they can fight whoever they want. Boy, y'all some puns. Go sit down. And then the boogeyman also went on to say, my, have the tables have turned. At Danny Swift, at Keith Thurman Jr. will never, and I mean ever, get a shot at the top dog. That's me. Y'all hoe asses didn't want no smoke when I wanted to fight. Remember? Now y'all want to go, he said, now y'all want to fight so bad. Laughing emojis. Go keep fighting each other like before. And then the boogeyman also went on to say, it's funny how all these fighters want to fight now, but back then, all they could say was, I haven't fought nobody. Now they big and looking for a check. More laughing emojis. Can't make this shit up. End quote. Now, let me just say this. If you are a Terence Crawford supporter, somebody that's been rocking with Terence Bud Crawford, and if you don't like what he's saying right now because you feel like he kind of moving funny, or you didn't really want to hear this shit coming from him because you would rather hear it coming from us, you know, the Bud Buddies, because everybody deem me as the number one Bud Buddy, as if I give a fuck. I mean, I'm just saying. But anyway, if you got a problem or if you took exception to what Terence Bud Crawford, aka the boogeyman, said to Keith Thurman and Danny Garcia, I got you. I ain't got no qualms with you, right? I ain't got to agree with your shit. You feel what I'm saying? But at the same time, if you are a motherfucking Earl sexual, if you are a motherfucker that was shitting on Terence Bud Crawford time after time again for 5 fucking years, then I don't want to hear shit coming from any of you Neanderthals that's been giving Bud a hard time, because it was all good just a couple of months ago. Y'all remember all this shit? Let me go through the timeline. Let's go down memory lane, because some of you niggas who are quote unquote the Earl sexuals told me for 5 years that Earl Spence had a plan, Goat Thriller, that Earl Spence was doing exactly what he was going to do, E Thriller, that Earl Spence is the A-side. Terence Crawford got to wait on the big fish, Goat Thriller. Terence Crawford has to bow down. Why would the PBC fight him? Because he signed the top rank. He made bad business moves. He is a bad businessman. He doesn't make good decisions outside of the ring. Remember all this shit that y'all was telling your boy E Thriller, aka the Black Picasso? Or I do you one better, Go Thriller. What about when y'all was saying he has nothing to offer Earl Spence? He had nothing to offer Keith Thurman, even though the man had a strap in 2018. Never mind all that. Let's just forget about that. Let's just sit by the wayside that whenever Danny Garcia got his ass kicked by Keith Thurman and the Showtime Porter, right? The boogeyman came knocking on his motherfucking door. And the boogeyman sent that man an offer at the time, which would have been his biggest payday in my Canelo voice. They offered Danny Garcia $3 million plus pay-per-view upside to face Terence Bud Crawford. And would you niggas believe me in the wolf chat if I were to tell you that Danny Garcia, Angel Garcia, Al Heyman, Tom Brown, Tim Smith, whoever at the PBC, Mayweather Promotions, Leonard Ellaby with his big nose ass, Floyd Money Mayweather, shout out to the TBE, didn't nobody, and I repeat, nobody respond to top rank Bob Arum and Terence Bud Crawford, because he offered to fight Danny way before Danny even fought Errol Spence. Faxy Thriller, big facts. So y'all can miss me on this Danny Garcia shit, throwing a pity party for him. And don't even get me started on Keith one-time Thurman with his fucking ducking ass, because he was the nigga, not Errol Spence. But contrary to what people may or may not believe, Keith Thurman was the first nigga that came out and who was shitting on Terence Bud Crawford before the man even moved up to 147. He was saying, oh, he ain't been up here with the big boys. He got to do something. He got to prove himself. He need to go fight Jeff Horn. And then whenever he kicked Jeff Horn ass, he went from that to saying, oh, Jeff Horn was a nobody. I would have beat him with one arm behind my back. The kid got something. He got talent, but right now I'm just not interested in that fight. Now, maybe, just maybe, He was trying to position himself, because I got to say this, because I am a truth teller on my channel. See, the difference between me and these other motherfuckers, I'm not going to tell y'all what y'all want to hear. Go Thriller is the motherfucker that's going to tell y'all what y'all need to hear. Facts, see Thriller, big facts. And what y'all need to hear is this. At the time, I must be fair, Keith Thurman was the top dog. At the time, Keith Thurman was unified. And at the time, Keith Thurman was looking for smoke from Manny Pacquiao and a Floyd Money Mayweather. So maybe, just maybe, I will give him the benefit of the doubt on that. But whenever you go as far as to say, I have zero interest in fighting Terence Crawford. Now, he was saying something totally different with Earl. He said he was going to fight Earl, but that fight was further on down the line. I don't want to fight Earl for one belt. I want to fight him for multiple belts. Boom. Saying shit like that. That's cool. At least he gave us the game plan. But whenever it came to that man from North Omaha, Nebraska, Terence Bud Crawford, the number one pound for pound fighter in the sport at that time, and still to the day in my Deontay Wilder voice, the number one pound for pound fighter had something to prove. The number one pound for pound fighter hadn't fought nobody. The number one pound for pound fighter was on the wrong fucking side of the street. He was on the wrong side of the street. Keith Thurman, in unison with Earl Spence, whenever Keith Thurman was doing all this bullshit, ducking and dodging and faking injuries and all this goofy ass shit, fighting Josecito Lopez, and then he tried to dare to be great and go get a check by facing Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao, the philanthropist, the future, I mean, not the future, but the fucking Hall of Famer, first ballot. I ain't got nothing against Manny Pacquiao. Hell, I even make this point. I'll give y'all this. If Terence Crawford was in Keith Thurman's shoes and Earl Spence, they would have did the same fucking thing. I'm not faulting Keith Thurman for that. But let's talk about the shit that happened after he lost, right? Because, I mean, last time I checked, Bob Arum and Top Rank went to Keith Thurman again during the pandemic and said, look, do you want to fight Terence Bud Crawford for this WBO belt? And guess what it was? Keith one-time Thurman said he would take the fight, but only if he got $10 million fucking dollars. Yeah, I said it, and I didn't stutter. Now, let's keep in mind, this was during the pandemic, and I'm not going to say the word because I don't want my channel to get flagged, because we know YouTube be on some goofy ass shit with certain trigger words and trigger terms and things of that nature, right? But my nigga, y'all wasn't about to fight in no arena with fans. Y'all was not about to put no asses in the seats, because Crawford ended up facing Kell Brook the last time I checked. Facts, he Thriller, big facts. And they ain't had no fans in the stand. They only had family members and things of that nature, right? So my point is, Keith Thurman, where the fuck was you going to get this $10 million from, bro, to fight Terence Bud Crawford? I'll wait. I will fucking wait. Again, that's another blown opportunity to fight one of, if not the best fighters the game of boxing, or the sport rather, has ever seen, right? You done passed up on several opportunities because you was cherry picking, ducking and dodging, trying to position yourself to get the paydays, from Floyd and Manny. All right, cool. But don't sit up here and act like you haven't had ample amount of opportunity to go up in the ring against Terence Bud Crawford. But for whatever reason, you was pricing yourself out, or you got injured here, or you needed a tune up there. That was the last spat that happened, because I can remember this shit vividly. Right after Terence Bud Crawford sent Sean Porter to sleep experts, Keith Thurman did a little live video in this little ass gym saying, oh, I'm ready. I'm inspired. I saw what the boy did. I saw what the kid did. He looked great. He did something that was never done before. He stopped Sean Porter, but Sean Porter ain't Keith one time 30. I want that fight in July. Let me get this tune up, and then we can make it happen. But lo and behold, after he beat the fuck out of Mario Barrios, once again, a nigga that nobody asked for him to fight. Didn't nobody ask for Keith Thurman to fight a Mario fucking Barrios, especially after he just went to sleep experts at the hands of a Gervonta Tank Davis. Faxy Thriller, big facts. You let a nigga from 135 move up to 140 pounds and knock Mario Barrios out, right? And in his very next fight, which I don't even know how they pulled this off. I mean, I got an idea. Hello, maybe Al Heyman called this shot behind the scenes. But my nigga, it was for to position yourself to become the WBC mandatory with Earl Spence. So I don't even know how that happened, because honestly, you didn't even deserve that shit. So you got lucky with that. And soon as that fight was over, let me roll this clip, y'all. And for the record, I do not own the rights to this content. This is for educational purposes only. As a matter of fact, let me find this shit. Hold on, y'all. Where is this shit at? All right, so let's go out to Boxing News 24. Okay, so as y'all can see, matter of fact, let me make sure y'all can see this shit. Can y'all please hit my like button? I got about 40-some people in here with 31 likes. I appreciate everybody pulling up. I know your boy Go Thriller ain't been live for a minute, so I'm going to be on this bitch probably all night long. But that's neither here nor there. Back to what I was saying. Let me remove this shit. All right, so hold on. Let me zoom in. Hold on, y'all. I want to make sure the chat can see it, man. Shout out to the Woodpack. All right, so it says right here, Thurman hints he won't fight Terence Crawford, right? Okay, so this article was written on February 6, 2022, right? As we scroll down the motherfucking articles in my IOTBA voice, shout out to the Spit Bucket. Make sure y'all go sub up to IOTBA Boxing Talk and the Spit Bucket podcast on YouTube and Facebook group. Shout out to my brothers, man. Back to what I was saying. As you can see right here, it says, I'm not sure if he'll go the Crawford route for the WBO title. You see what I'm wearing right now? He said the WBC ribbon. As you can see, let me scroll down just so y'all know your boy Go Thriller ain't capping. Right here, if y'all can see my goddamn cursor, he has on the WBC medallion or whatever you want to call this shit. And I can vividly remember him wearing this ugly ass WBC hat at the goddamn post press conference saying that he wanted another opportunity to get those belts back because he felt like he never truly lost the WBC title. Facts, Thriller, big facts. And then he further went on to say, if that's the best opportunity, I'll take it. So I want those belts back in my possession. I do like the fight with Terence Crawford, but we have to see what opens up, what really negotiates, and how stubborn we get with what kind of split we get. Notice he's focusing on the split. Okay. He further went on to say, it's just business from here on out. I do like the fight, said Thurman, and sounded like a politician having his feet put to the fire by a Grand Inquisitor, right? But basically, one time Thurman was looking at Earl Spence Jr. yet again. And I don't know if y'all niggas remember this shit or not, because after the Barrios fight, after this interview, Keith Thurman disappeared for months on top of months. I was looking around like, well, damn, where the fuck did all that energy go? Because you wanted to fight Bud, you said you needed a tune-up, and then you wanted to turn right back around and make a fight for July, which would have been cool with me. That would have been awesome, because at the time, Terence Crawford didn't have no fight. He was on a long layoff after whooping Sean Showtime Porter. Shout out to the Porter Way podcast. I'm just stating the facts. But in between that time, he was trying to negotiate a deal with Earl Spence, and all that shit was still going on. But in the midst of it all, it was the perfect opportunity for those two individuals to fight back then yet again. So that's not one time, that's not two times, but three times. Keith Thurman has had an opportunity to fight Terence Bud Crawford. And then how can we forget at the end of 2022 when it looked like, hey, the fight wasn't going to happen because negotiations got stalled out due to the lack of transparency, according to Terence Bud Crawford. Of course, Earl Spence said, look, man, we gave him everything he wanted. He took the fight with Avid Avanesian, right? But shortly after that, y'all remember this shit. Just go back and fact check me. I've done several shows on this shit. Tom Brown, TGB Promotions, filed for special permission for an Earl Spence to move up to 154 pounds to fight a nigga that he claimed he would never, ever fight and keep one-time Thurman, even though he was the mandatory at 147. I don't know how that worked, but at the time, Earl Spence had all the juice. Earl Spence had all the cachet. He was the big fish at the PBC. Facts, Thriller, big facts. So I say all that to say, look, he wasn't trying to fight Crawford, bro, because he was trying to position himself to get those other three belts. And I get it. But Keith, why are you running around here lying and capping, bro? Because you came on camera the other day trying to throw this pity party and act like, oh, whenever you was offered to fight this and offered to fight that, it wasn't realistic and all this other shit. But you failed to mention all the other shit that I just brought up. In fact, let's listen to how goofy Keith one-time Thurman sounded on this Fight Hub interview, and the interviewer, oh my God, it was just disgusting for him not to say, hey man, but what about this? Or hey Keith, I vividly remember you saying this, bro, or what happened here? Like, there was no resistance. There was not any pushback coming from the dude at Fight Hub. I ain't got nothing against the dude, but I'm just saying, I mean, when a motherfucker lying so blatantly, you just have to call them out sometimes. I mean, God damn. But anyway, I do not own the rights to this content. This is for educational purposes only. I'm not going to show this shit, even though we see Keith Thurman with the toupee. I think you need to cut this shit off, but that's just my personal opinion. He can do what the fuck he want. But anyway, let me do this because I don't want to get flagged. Let me turn on his audio. Hold on, y'all. All right, let me rewind this shit. Y'all drop some threes in the
two things
this shit.
about you talking. Two things about you talking about me, bud. Okay, there's two things. Thing number one, the year that they wanted me to fight you was the year that I was supposed to fight Pacquiao, and everybody knew why I didn't fight you. Okay, now after the Barrios fight, I was all ready to fight you. You're the one who just doesn't want somebody to have a tune-up, shake off the dust, keep everything moving. You a stay busy fighter, kid. What do you got? 40 wins? I got 10 less fights than you, homie. We come from the same Olympic year, bro. I could have fought you.
But my thing is this, Keith Thurman, who the fuck fault is that, my nigga? Like, it ain't Terence Bud Crawford's fault that you've been hella inactive. It ain't Terence Bud Crawford's fault that you hurt your arm or your hand or some shit in a car wreck. That's not Terence Crawford's fault that he has way more fights than you. I'm just saying, bro. You didn't hold up to your bargain, your end of the bargain. You wasn't healthy. You wasn't taking care of your body outside the ring. I know, I get it. Boxing is a tough sport. Unfortunate things happen on most occasions whenever you get in the ring and trying to knock another motherfucking head off and another motherfucker trying to knock your head and body off, right? Right? I get it. But at the same time, we not trying to hear this shit, bro. Because once again, like I highlighted earlier in my open soliloquy, you've had multiple times to fight this man. Now you want to come begging for a motherfucking fight. And to be honest with y'all, that he really don't deserve, in my personal opinion. He really don't.
Any day of the week after February last year, bro, we could have fought in July, August, September, October.
That is all true. But once again, context matters, Keith. Your ass disappeared and you was behind the scenes trying to negotiate a fight with Earl Spence. I mean, just call a spade a spade. Can we keep it a buck tonight on the motherfucking Black Picasso channel? Can we just be honest here? Are we going to really sit up here and act like ain't none of this shit happened that I'm highlighting up until this point, listening to this goofy ass interview? I'll wait. I will fucking wait. Keith Thurman, you gotta stop this shit. See, Keith Thurman is so full of shit, y'all. He's a smooth talker. He has charisma. He talk fast. You feel what I'm saying? And some of the shit that he say will go over most people's heads. You know, niggas that don't really pay attention, but not with a nigga like Goat Thriller, because one of my best assets is my motherfucking ears and listening skills, and I can pick apart what you're saying and use your words against you. That's my pleasure. You feel what I'm saying? And Keith, there will be no fucking way in hell that I would ever let you get away with lying so blatantly like this, bro. You gotta stop, man. Stop. Be honest. Be honest with yourself. But not only that, be honest with fight fans, because we was begging for you to take these very fights that you're begging for now 4 fucking years ago. I'm just saying.
Period. And you did fight in October. You did fight in October. You fought some nobody that we didn't care about, bro. So, look, man, I'm not mad at it.
And I'm just saying, you fought Mario Barrios, bro. I wasn't begging for you to fight Mario Barrios. Nobody was clamoring for you to say, oh, just to get a tune-up in, we want to see Keith Thurman fight Mario Barrios. We didn't want to see that shit, and we damn sure didn't want to pay for it on pay-per-view. In fact, I did a show on that shit the weekend after the fight. That shit flopped. I don't even think that fight sold 30K pay-per-views. Didn't nobody want to see that fight, Keith. So for you to sit up here and try to shit on Terence Bud Crawford by saying didn't nobody want to see him fight David Avanesian, which is true, because there wasn't a fight that I was clamoring for, but I was at the mindset of like, God damn, it's taking so long to make the fight with Earl. You need to stay busy. You need to stay sharp. You feel what I'm saying? And I also want to see my favorite fighter in the sport. Yeah, I said it. Fight at least once this goddamn year. That's the mindset that I was in. Y'all can go back and fact check me. These are my exact fucking words. So I didn't really have a problem with the David Avanesian fight after what happened with him and Earl Spence during negotiations. But you got to quit lying, Keith. And all this lying ain't going to get you nowhere, my nigga. Like, bro, ain't nobody believing what you popping. Ain't nobody believing that bullshit that you selling. Nobody. I'm sorry. So I don't feel sorry for Keith Thurman. So I don't understand why you Neanderthals in my chat. Why some of you Neanderthals on YouTube. Why some of you Neanderthals on social media, especially Twitter, keep throwing this pity party for a nigga that don't even deserve it. Keith Thurman has done nothing, and I repeat, nothing over the last 4 to 5 years. Factsy Thriller, big facts. He ain't put in no work. He's steady ducking and dodging and running from a nigga like Boots. Y'all want to get on Terence Bud Crawford for saying that he don't want to fight Boots because Boots ain't got nothing to offer, which is true. He has absolutely nothing to offer Terence Bud Crawford at this present moment in time, unless Showtime, Karen Duncan, whoever manages Jerron Boots Ennis. Shout out to Bozy Ennis. Shout out to everybody that fuck with him. This isn't personal. This is just business and me using my common sense. The only way a fight between Jerron Boots Ennis at this present moment in time and Terence Bud Crawford is going to happen is if Showtime, Steven Espinoza, Tom Brown, you feel what I'm saying? Tim Smith, whoever cuts the checks over there at the PBC, Al Heyman, I can't forget about Al Heyman. If they give that man at least 15 and 20 million, that's the only way I see that fight happening. That's the only way I can see Bud saying, you know what? All right, let me go ahead and fuck this young nigga up. Facts, Thriller, big facts. But if y'all trying to give this dude 4 to 5 million plus pay-per-view upside or 10 million, I mean, yeah, he got that for David Avenesian, but do y'all really believe that Terence Bud Crawford is going to accept $10 million to fight Jerron Boots Ennis? I'll wait. I will fucking wait. Shit don't make any sense, y'all. And then y'all keep talking about Danny Garcia, who is an afterthought. Listen, man, Danny Garcia ain't been shit since he moved up from 140. Danny Garcia did okay at 140. I give him credit. But whenever he got the 147, he did nothing. And he moved up to 154 and beat a nigga that Terence Crawford sent to sleep experts. I mean, I'm just saying it was a dominant performance. He looked great. He looked spectacular. But Danny Garcia, the last time I'd have seen him, this nigga putting out rap videos and cutting hair and shit. Danny Garcia is not. Y'all niggas want to talk about Sean Porter at the time, not taking the sport seriously before he fought Terence Bud Crawford. Then I don't want to, y'all niggas got to keep that same goddamn energy for Danny Garcia, because I be seeing this nigga on yachts. I be seeing this nigga on islands. I be seeing him cut hair. I be seeing him rap. I be seeing him have grills in his mouth. I be seeing him with a gut and shit. Danny Garcia ain't thinking about fighting. And he said it earlier whenever Bud called him out talking about, oh, I'm rich, just to preface what he said. Talking about, oh, I'm rich. Like, nigga, what? What the fuck does that have to do with what Terence Bud Crawford said? Because, again, whenever he offered you to fight, and that would have been a hell of a fight back then because y'all had history in the amateurs. I believe you got the best of Terence Crawford one time, and I believe the next time around he got the best of you. So everybody would have been intrigued by that fight had it happened whenever it was supposed to happen. But now that you'd have moved up to 154 and Bud and watched Earl Spence, he whooped the nigga and did whatever he wanted to a nigga that beat the fuck out of you for 12 rounds. I mean, that fight don't do nothing for me as a fight fan. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. These fights that y'all want Terence Bud Crawford to take at 147 pounds do absolutely nothing for me. Now, if I had it in a perfect world, let me just say this, because I told Travion Crawford this to his face. Shout out to Travion. Shout out to Team Crawford. I said if it were up to me as a fight fan, as a big, huge Bud buddy, I want him to fight Boots next. If he can't get the Charlo fight after this Earl Spence shit, or if he can't get the Canelo fight, because I think Charlo is going to sleep expert. That's just me. So if he can't get the Canelo fight, moving up 3 weight classes to 168, then I want to see him fight Boots if he's planning on keeping the belts. I mean, I'm cool with that. So if y'all want to get on Bud for that, I bet. I get it, even though Boots did move out the WBO. So that would be my rebuttal to that. Yeah, like, y'all want him to fight Boots, right? But do Boots really want to fight Terence Bud Crawford? Because he's had several opportunities as well, similar to a Virgil Ortiz. But for whatever reason, they went another route to try to position themselves to fight Earl Spence because they was probably looking at Earl Spence as the easier fight. And I get it, but we got to tell the whole truth, not just the half truth in this situation. So if you want to get on Bud for saying, look, I don't want to fight him, oh man, you ain't been calling me out. He ain't got nothing to offer me. I'm on the bigger and better things. I want to be 3 times undisputed. And we all know Bud went for saying, look, man, Canelo is too big. I would never fight Canelo. So all of a sudden, after he did a couple of press tour runs, after this fight, saying, you know what, man, fuck it. I'll move up to 168 after Canelo took the bait, right? And now Canelo trying to backtrack and say, oh, well, I ain't going to get the credit, or you only fought one person. But that's another topic for another day, right? He on that Earl Spence shit. I get it. So I can get why y'all will get on Bud, the Terence Crawford fans. But once again, I don't want to hear this shit coming from Earl sexuals. I don't want to hear this shit coming from Earl Spence fans because y'all was telling your boy Go Thriller to be patient. Oh, Bud gotta wait his turn. Oh, he did bad business. Oh, he shouldn't have re-signed. Oh, he shouldn't have re-up with ESPN. All this other shit. Oh, he shouldn't have fought on BLK Prime. Y'all was laughing and having a good old time whenever Errol Spence was the A-side. Y'all was laughing and having a good old time whenever Errol Spence said, you can take 60, 40, 70, 30, 80, 20 of them. Where the fuck we decide to get it. Y'all niggas was laughing at that shit. Y'all had a ball laughing whenever it was reported by my nigga IOTBA. Shout out to him yet again. Whenever he came on my panel and broke the news that shocked YouTube waves, he said that Bud was going to get, Errol Spence was going to be, what was it, 65-35 split or some shit like that. And nobody on my fucking panel at the time believed him. Hell, I went at IO. Everybody went at IO, right? And they was laughing and having a good old time because the Earl sexual, shout out to General Big Fish, shout out to my nigga, the BFB Master Q. They was laughing saying, ha, 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 I told you so. He was going to have to take less. He wasn't an A-side. So now that the shoe is on the other foot, I don't want to hear no bitching. I don't want to hear no moaning because Terence Bud Crawford, well, really, it was Steve So-Called Nelson. Shout out to him. I seen this on Twitter earlier today, right? And he said facts. And to all the people out here spreading false narratives, Bud is offering Earl a fight at 147. If he doesn't take it, which we're hoping he doesn't because it's a waste of time, Bud wants to do something that's never been done and move up 3 weight classes to beat Canelo, end quote. Now, let's just stop it right there. I've been seeing a lot of people on YouTube, right? I've been seeing a lot of people on social media, Twitter, Facebook, IG, and beyond, shitting on Terence Bud Crawford because they feel like he owes Errol Spence something. I don't know why. I guess because I made all these concessions. I'm the one that made the fight. You can't catch Moby Dick with no fucking fish pole. Just because Errol Spence acquiesced to the demands of Terence Bud Crawford, who not only whooped his ass inside of the ring, but is pretty damn apparent at this moment in time, Terence Bud Crawford got the best of him at the negotiation table as well. Factsy Thriller, big facts. Hold on, y'all. Let me remove this shit. But yeah, so I don't want to hear or see anybody saying, oh man, Bud is a hoe. Oh, Bud is a bitch because, oh, he don't want to do this. And oh, he should move up. Oh, he want to fight a weak Errol Spence. Ah, shut up. Shut the fuck up. Because it was Errol Spence who had this brilliant fucking idea. It was Errol Spence who had this brilliant plan. It was Errol Spence who said he was going the easier route by knocking out Sean Porter, by fighting a Manny Pacquiao, by possibly fighting a Keith one-time Thurman. Remember that shit? Remember all the fucking shit that I've highlighted in the best series on YouTube, if I must say so myself. Here's proof that Errol Spence is ducking Terence Bud Crawford. Factsy Thriller, big facts. All you got to do is go do your fucking research. Terence Crawford wasn't the nigga that was holding up this fight. In fact, Terence Crawford was pressing the issue for this fight. Terence Crawford pulled up on that man at the Maurice Hooker fight in 2018, said, look, you want to go over here? Keith Thurman want to go over there, but now I got a belt. Now what's up? Okay. This is Earl Spence. Okay. But Sean Porter got a belt too. So why not go the easy route and knock out Sean Porter? Why not? And y'all remember this. Go back and watch parts 1 through 19. Part 20 is about to drop really soon. I'm going to try to get that out to y'all by Monday. Make sure y'all go sub up to my Patreon. I'm just saying, because if I drop it on here, 9 times out of 10, YouTube going to flag that shit. They're not even going to let me upload it because it's so much in there. Y'all don't want to miss this shit. But anyway, back to what I was saying. And y'all remember shortly after that, Bud looked at that man in his eye and he started giggling. And we all know that whenever Terence Bud Crawford, the illest nigga from Nebraska, aka the boogeyman, aka the pound for pound king, finally, yeah, I said it and I didn't stutter, said, "You're a smart man, but you ain't that smart." He told Earl, you can do all this ducking. You can do all this dodging right now. But eventually, all roads lead back to North Omaha, Nebraska. Factsy Thriller, big facts. So I don't want to hear this shit about, oh, you want to fight a weakened Errol Spence, and oh, he should do Errol Spence a favor. He owes it to him. Oh, Earl made the fight. Oh, if it wasn't for Earl, Bud wouldn't be two-time undisputed. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear that soft-ass shit. I don't want to hear none of that weak-ass shit. Because whenever the roles were reversed, whenever the tables were turned, like Terence Bud Crawford said earlier in that tweet that I put on the fucking screen, y'all niggas was laughing. Y'all niggas was kikiing. Y'all niggas was ha ha ha. E-Thriller, I told you so. Ha ha ha. E-Thriller. And what is Terence Bud Crawford doing? Because my guy's over here unifying. He's fighting champion after champion. Remember all this shit? Y'all was saying, oh, Bud was on the wrong side of the street. He ain't fought no fucking body. You niggas are still saying that goofy ass shit that he ain't fought no fucking body, right? Now y'all want to make an excuse. Oh, he gonna duck him at 154 because he want to fight at 147. But my rebuttal to that is this. What on God's green earth did you motherfuckers see in that fight? Because I watched that fight at least 20 times by now. 20 times in my Booker T voice. What did you see that led you to believe that even if there's a 7-pound weight difference, that the outcome will be any differently? I will fucking wait. Say it with me. I'll fucking wait. Because I don't see it. I don't think weight can correct the fundamental flaws of Errol Spence. I don't think weight is going to help Errol Spence get his fucking hands up to keep him from being in no man's land. Shout out to Mosquito Spray, my boxing historian on my motherfucking panel. Yeah, I said it because that breakdown we did before the fight, I mean, we was speaking gospel. Everything that we said damn near, at least I'm going to be honest, 90% of what we said came to fruition, y'all. Mosquito Spray tried to tell y'all that Errol Spence come in lunging forward, getting in no man's land, being defensively irresponsible, right? He told y'all this lunging forward like a motherfucking idiot, chin way up in the air, not bringing his legs with his hands. Mosquito Spray been trying to tell you niggas this shit. And don't even get me started on what I've been trying to tell you motherfuckers. I don't want to be the nigga on YouTube that said I told you so, but I mean, damn, are y'all really going to create a new narrative as if y'all going to bet any motherfucking money heading into this rematch, whether it's at 147 or at 154 pounds? And I'm going to be honest, man, I really want Bud to do it at 154 just to shut you niggas up again, because I already know once he beat the fuck out of him yet again, and it's going to be worse. Yeah, I said it. It's going to be way worse than what happened on July the 29th. It's going to be way worse. And whenever he goes in there and picks him apart and gut him from the butt up, skin him, do everything he said he was going to do leading up to the fight. And Bud was so polite. He was so calm. He was way more politically correct than your boy Go Thriller would have been, because I would have been shitting on Earl leading up to this fight. I would have been shitting on Earl after the fight, because I know Errol Spence is the type of nigga that did the same motherfucking thing if the shoe was on the other foot. Facts, E-Thriller, big facts. But whenever Bud get his hands on Errol Spence again, he could possibly kill this nigga. Y'all, do you niggas realize that? And I tried to tell y'all a couple of shows ago that Earl needs to get these yes men out his corner, man. He don't need to listen to niggas like Derrick James. Oh man, my fighter. Oh, Errol Spence is still the better fighter, man. Oh, you know, things happen, and he just had an off night, man. Oh man, I bet athleticism on me. Oh man, fucking Terence Crawford. I don't like Bo, man. Oh, shut up. We don't want to hear this doofy ass shit. You're a fucking flimwad, Derrick James. You're an idiot. You're an arrogant prick. We don't want to hear shit you got to say, because you're the same nigga that said, I don't even watch boxing. I don't watch Terence Crawford. I seen the Sean Porter fight, but I didn't see it. I was at the fight, but I didn't go. Nigga, what? Nigga, what? Which one is it? Are you just being an asshole, Derrick James? Are you just being ignorant to the facts? Or are you just that much of a hater on Bomac and Terence Bud Crawford? For you to sit up here and say this dumbass shit talking about switch hit no matter. For you to sit up here and say this dumbass shit about Terence Crawford has all the athleticism, but it don't mean shit. For you to sit up here and say that Errol Spence is a way more fundamentally sound fighter whenever you seen Errol Spence getting clocked upside his fucking head against your Dana Ugas. Whenever you just saw Errol Spence getting clocked upside his motherfucking head against Danny Garcia. Whenever you seen Errol Spence getting clocked upside his motherfucking head against Sean Porter, Sean Porter, the in-shape street fighter, as you called him, because you said, you can't sell out your family barbecue. You can't sell out your family barbecue, thing like that. Thing like that. I'm the big fish. I ain't give you no rematch. Remember, Sean Porter was supposed to be easy work. He was supposed to be easy work. But for whatever reason, I don't know why these niggas got on a high horse. I don't know why they didn't work on fundamental flaws of Errol Spence, like not being able to move his fucking head, boxing one-on-one. Yeah, I said it. Not being able to slip and shoot, catch and shoot, fight off his back foot, move laterally to the left, fight laterally to the right. Outside of just knowing how to come forward and bully and maul motherfuckers. Why didn't you add any new wrinkles to his game? I just don't get it. I just don't get it, bruh. What the fuck was you niggas doing in camp? And I said this shit leading into this fight on that Media Day episode that I did, but y'all niggas thought I was reaching. Y'all told your boy Go Thriller. I ain't know what the fuck I was talking about. Y'all told Go Thriller that Errol Spence is a way better defensively fighter than Terence Bud Crawford. So I'm just saying, man, all you niggas that's making all these excuses, trying to say that Bud is a hoe and he need to do this because Earl made the fight, are going to be the same niggas that ain't going to put no money on the fight. Hell, you niggas probably ain't even going to buy the fight this time because we already know outside of landing a lucky punch or maybe Terence Crawford breaking an arm or breaking a hand or some shit like that from hitting him in his fucking Jerry curl or some shit like that the second time around, right? Outside of anything, catastrophe happen or something like that, we know Bud gonna win this fight. We know Bud gonna win this fight, man. We know the rematch is meaningless. It's pointless. Shout out to Steve So-Cold Nelson. I totally agree. Shit is a waste of time. It is a waste of time, but for my own selfish reasons, I want to see it just to shut you Erosexuals up because you niggas, it's been tumbleweeds in my comments. I ain't seen none of you motherfuckers. I still ain't. Has anybody seen Jay Cooley? Has anybody seen my nigga Jay Cooley? Tell him that his boy Go Thriller, I'm here for you, my bro. It's okay. Just come on the panel when I drop the link here shortly. You know, Rapper Taste tell me why the fuck you was wrong and give Bud his props and, you know, and then I'll just let you go about your way. I still ain't seen Sean T. This nigga still owe me $1,000. I mean, I'm just saying. I guess I ain't gonna never get my fucking money. The least you can do is just come on and say, look, man, you was right. I was wrong. I know I owe you, but fuck you. I ain't paying you, Thriller. I will respect that more than the nigga just not even showing up no more. I mean, where the fuck they do that at? I've been absent for 3 fucking weeks, heading on for a whole month, and I still ain't heard shit from Sean T. Shit is incredible. But anyway, back to what I was saying. It's a foregone conclusion that Errol Spence ain't gonna win that motherfucking fight. Just like in my honest opinion, it'll be a foregone conclusion that Terence Crawford is gonna whoop Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman is not, he doesn't stand a chance with Terence Crawford. Did you see them shots Terence Crawford was landing on Errol Spence? Them body shots, them fucking sharp uppercuts, the double right hooks, the jabs. What do you think he's gonna do to a nigga that is fucking, he's a terry cloth like Keith Thurman, who is soft as cottonelle tissue to the body. This is the same nigga that we talking about that almost got stopped by a Josecito Lopez. I mean, please don't make me fart. Pretty please. But nigga, you done been hella inactive. Not only had a couple of fights in what, 5 years? Now you want to get in the ring with the best nigga in the fucking world and act like he owes it to you and act like it'll be a competitive fight and say that you would have whooped that version of Spence? I beg to fucking differ. I beg to differ because I don't give a fuck what y'all say. Errol Spence was just fine in the first round. Errol Spence looked like Errol Spence in all 28 of his other fights. But whenever he got caught with a counter overhand, I think it was a check right hook towards the end of round 1. Just go back and watch the fight if you can. His whole demeanor changed, y'all. He said, I don't know what the fuck you just hit me with. That motherfucker hit hard. That motherfucker hit. I don't want to throw 1,000 punches no more. I'm happy. Fuck this shit. That nigga didn't want to fight no more, y'all. I'm telling you, go back and look at it, man. He was perfectly fine. Errol Spence wasn't drunk. Errol Spence wasn't high. Errol Spence wasn't on no Molly. Errol Spence wasn't on no fucking perk. Errol Spence didn't get nothing slipped in his drink by his shorty, like you dumbass niggas was saying. Errol was perfectly fine. He just finally got in the ring with a nigga he's been ducking and dodging from for 5 fucking years and got waxed. He got waxed. He got washed. It's okay. It's going to be okay. Keith Thurman don't stand a chance. Danny Garcia don't stand a chance. So out of all the motherfucking criticism that you Earl-sexuals are giving my guy, Terence Bud Crawford, I get it. You're still upset about your guy. You still ain't got over it, but it's cool. I'm here for you, man. I am here for you. I'm here for y'all. I am a man of the people, even the Earl-sexuals, right? But my nigga, Jerron Boots Ennis is the only fight that interests me if Bud were to stay at 147 pounds. Outside of Tank Davis daring to be great, which is something that he would never, and I repeat, ever fucking do. Facts, Thriller, big facts. We know Tank ain't about to move up 2 weight classes, let alone fight motherfucking Terence Bud Crawford. He won't even fight the niggas in his own division. So he's not, that fight is not about to happen, right? So, Bud, if you're going to stay at 147, my nigga, the only nigga I want to see you fight that's still at 147 pounds is Jerron Boots Ennis, because they've been saying a lot of shit. There's been a lot of chirping going on. His fans, you know, the niggas that was rocking with Earl Spence, now they done hopped on the Boots bandwagon. So I really want you to do your boy Go Thriller a solid. I want you to do me a favor and beat the fuck. Just fight him so you can go ahead and get him out the way. And I already know what they're going to say. They're going to say Jerron Boots Ennis was green. Jerron Boots Ennis wasn't ready. Boots Ennis ain't fought no fucking body. Boots Ennis struggled against a Karen. He struggled against a nigga that nobody knew from overseas named Karen. Are you fucking kidding me? And y'all want to throw this nigga in the ring with Bud. Okay, I'm not in the business of protecting my favorite fighter. I've been telling y'all, I want to see Bud fight the very best, which is why I want to see him dare to be great and move up to fight Canelo. Do you know the motherfucking magnitude if he were to pull that shit? Fuck that. Fuck even if he win. The magnitude of that fight, because people are going to be so intrigued by the possibility of Bud after that performance, that virtuoso that he put on Earl Spence. It's a lot of people out here, including myself, that think he can pull it off against a Canelo. I'm one of them niggas that think he will box the socks off of Canelo Alvarez. Yeah, I said it, and I didn't stutter. Canelo is my second favorite fighter in the sport, but Canelo has been pissing me off because he's been saying a lot of goofy ass shit. He's been doing a lot of, weird ass shit for a long time, and I've been giving him a pass. I'm not gonna lie. I've been giving him a pass. I said, look, goddamn it, the man said that he wanted to be undisputed at 168. He wanted to be the first Hispanic to do that in the Fort-Belt era. But once you get done with that, Canelo, can you start giving me some fights that I want to see? Because I'm going to be honest, I really wasn't asking for this Jermell Charlo fight on the 30th. I was asking for you to fight David Benavidez. I want to see you fight David Morrell. I want to see you move up to fight Better Beef. I want to see you fight Bivol again. What happened with that, Canelo? But if you ain't going to give me them motherfucking fights, then goddamn it, can you give me the Terence Crawford fight whenever you knock Charlo out? I'm just saying. That's all your boy Go Thriller won't. Hell, I'm a fan of you, bro. But I mean, I gotta call a spade a spade. You talking about you don't want to get you ain't gonna get no credit for fighting a little guy, nigga. You about to fight a little guy right now. Charlo's moving up 2 weight classes, and I get it. Bud will be moving up an extra weight class, but goddamn it, we all know Terence Bud Crawford is a way, and I repeat, a way better boxer than a Jermell Charlo, and it ain't even close. It ain't even close. So I feel like I give Bud Crawford a hell of a lot more chance of beating you than a Jermell Charlo in a couple of weeks. Or what 15 days? We 15 days away from that fight. You feel what I'm saying? And I can't wait to see you knock that nigga out. That's what I want to see. But I mean, after that, then what you gonna do, bro? Who you gonna fight? Who the fuck are you gonna fight? You might as well fight Bud. I'm just saying. But that's pretty much all I gotta say on the situation. So once again, just to sum up what I was saying, before I read some of these comments, I'm gonna drop the link, let y'all come on and rock. But please hit my goddamn like button, y'all. Can y'all hit my like button? But basically, look, if you're a Terence Crawford fan and you want to say, look, man, Bud is my guy, but I ain't really rocking with him saying he ain't gonna never fight this person and that and what to do. I get it. It's cool. But my thing is, I don't want to hear this shit coming from you Earl-sexuals, because Earl Spence was doing the same thing to Keith Thurman. Earl said, I never fight Keith Thurman. He corny. I don't want to fight. He ain't give me no opportunity. So I ain't going to never fight him. He corny. I don't like Keith Thurman. He whack. Earl Spence was saying this shit, and y'all was all for it. And hell, I was all for it too, because I got it. I can understand why Earl Spence didn't want to fight Keith Thurman, because he didn't want to give him a shot whenever he was the top dog in Unified, right? So I get it. So all I'm saying is just keep that same fucking energy. Just keep that same energy, because a lot of you niggas that's begging for Bud to take these quote unquote tough fights at 147 pounds. Ain't none of y'all niggas gonna pick against him. Ain't now one of y'all niggas that's gonna click on my link that's opposed to what the fuck I'm saying, gonna come on here and say, Go Thriller, I'm betting money on Keith Thurman. Go Thriller, I'm betting money on Boots. Go Thriller, I'm betting money on Danny Garcia. Really? And speaking of which, it's kind of funny, the hypocrisy. I just thought about this as I was talking. The hypocrisy of some of you Neanderthals, because let's just say, for the sake of the argument, right? Earl Spence would have won that fight against Bud, right? Would have been a rematch. But after that, Earl made it clear, very fucking clear to everybody in the world that he was going up to 154 pounds. And Bud would have had to, you know what I'm saying, do what he had to do, right? So that means y'all niggas weren't going to be pressing the issue for Earl Spence to stay at 147 pounds, to put his 4 straps in the Ring magazine belts on the line against a Jerron Boots Ennis. Facts, he Thriller, big facts. Y'all niggas weren't going to be putting no pressure on Earl Spence. So how fucking funny, I mean, how ironic is this shit? Like, it's so funny how y'all love to move the goalposts, because y'all was saying Bud ain't fought nobody. All y'all wanted to see him do was fight the big fish. Now that he done watched the big fish, now y'all want to move the goalposts. Now y'all saying that he got to stay at a weight that he already said, look, it was hard for me to make 147 too. You feel what I'm saying? He said it was hard for him to make it. So I don't know what this situation or how it's going to play out. If you want to stay at 147 just to be petty with Earl, I get it, because Earl was the same nigga that was doing a bunch of bitch shit, saying a lot of hoe shit. I get it. I ain't mad at it. But at the same time, I can kind of get why y'all would get mad at him. So I kind of see it from both sides. I ain't going to yell at you. I ain't going to scream at you. I'm going to let y'all come on and pop your shit. Whether we agree or disagree, I really don't give a fuck about that. It makes for a better show. But with that being said, back to the comments I go. Starting from the top. Hold on, y'all. Oh, hold on. It's telling me I got a lot of motherfucking comments. Hold on, y'all. As I'm scrolling to the top. So let me see. Y'all bear with me, man. Shout out to everybody in this bitch, man. Get them likes up to 100, man. Get them likes up to 100. All right, man. I'm at the top. Shout out to my guy, Mr. 214. And I'm on that bullshit again. I'm on that bullshit today. All right. Shout out to my nigga IOTBA, man. Shout out to the Spit Bucket. Make sure y'all go sub up to my nigga channels, man. Tell them Go Thriller send you. Salute. Shout out to my nigga Young Money. Hey, man. I said it before and I say it again. Whenever I go live, my lives ain't gonna feel right if I don't see my nigga Al Mullah in my motherfucking chat. This is my motherfucking day one. Been down with me since the very motherfucking beginning. Faxy Thriller, big facts. Shout out to my motherfucking day one. One of my favorite supporters on YouTube, Al Money, baby. I see you. He also shouted out Mr. 214. Shout out to Goldie Low. What's popping? How are you, kind sir? He said, E3, what's up, little bro? Oh, man, just painting these pictures so vividly with my motherfucking words. But I appreciate you for stopping by, big homie. What up to Johans? I see you. Where you been at, boy? Well, goddamn it, where the fuck I been at? I've been MIA. I ain't gonna lie. I've been MIA. I took a break from this shit because it was too much bitching. It was too much moaning. Too many niggas biting. Just all kind of weak ass shit going on. So I just had to take a break from YouTube. But now the prodigal son is back. I am back. The GOAT is back. And I'm here popping my shit the way that I pop my shit. Yeah, I said it. And I didn't stutter. Shout out to Johans, man. What up, Wes? I see your boy. He said, let's fucking go. Hey, man, that's the type of energy. Man, let me like that comment. What up to my brother from Canada, Boxing Nerd 101. He said, yo, what's popping? How are you, kind sir? I appreciate you for stopping by on your boy Go Thriller. What up to the BFB Master Q, a.k.a. the motherfucking A-side on my panel to infinity and beyond. Shout out to my nigga Quentin Brandley, man. I see you, boy. I know you got a whole lot to say. I know you got a whole lot to say on this shit, and I can't wait. I cannot fucking wait to hear what you got to say. Bring your hard hat, Q. It might get a little sticky in here tonight. Shout out to you, though. Shout out to Chief Wildfire. He said, Crawford gets to choose, and I think he finna serve Boots his papers. He's not vacating. Oh, you heard what I said earlier, bro. If there's anybody at 147, I want to see him fight. Fuck Keith Thurman. Fuck Danny. Danny at 154 anyway. Fuck him. That fight does nothing for Terence but Crawford. I want to see him fight Boots, but I just love how a lot of you hypocrites, you fucking Neanderthals, you imbeciles, you niggas that don't know shit about the sport of boxing outside of, I just hate Terence Bud Crawford guts just because he's so fucking great. It's kind of funny how y'all want to ignore his plan because he made it very fucking clear. Let me say this again, that after he fights Errol Spence twice, he wants Jermell, and then he went from saying that to saying, okay, well, shit, I'll move up to 168 and fight Canelo if he wins. I just want to be 3 times undisputed. And he also said, it's all about the fucking money. It's all about the money. And this it's not about all that. It's all about the whatever makes sense for Bud. He has earned the right to do whatever the fuck he want to do now. I don't have to agree with what he say. I don't have to agree with everything you say because I didn't agree with the shit about him saying that, oh, Earl wasn't ducking me in his food. Y'all know I went off on Bud for that. I'm one of the niggas, the Bud buddies. I'm probably the only one that'll hold Bud accountable for saying some bullshit. Facts, Thriller, big facts. Just go check my resume. Scroll up your fucking articles in my IOTBA voice. Shout out to my nigga once again. What up, Brian? He said, what up, E3 in the Woodpack? I ain't been on here in a minute. Welcome back to me. Hey, man, welcome back to myself, nigga. I ain't been on YouTube either, bro. I've been chilling, playing Madden, chilling with the fam. You know what I'm saying? Watching The Chi. My wife got me watching The Chi. I'm behind on that shit. We've been binge watching this shit over the last couple of weeks, so I just been chilling, man. The NBA 2K that came out, even though I really don't like it so far, but I ain't really had time to sink my teeth in it because I'm just locked in on this Madden, y'all. Like this Madden this year, I know a lot of people shitting on the Madden this year, but this is probably my favorite Madden since Madden 2025. I mean, 2005 with Ray Lewis on the cover. So that's what I've been doing, man. I've been kicking back, just taking a break. That's it. But shout out to you, man. What up, Mike? He said, what you think about EJ implementing Blu-ray in his camp again, E3? Listen, man, this is what I got to say to this. And I said this on my nigga IOTBA panel the other day. Earl Spence can go get Blu-ray. He can go get Ray J. He can go get, it don't matter who the fuck, it don't matter. It don't matter, fam. He just not a better fighter than Terence Bud Crawford. That's all I've been trying to tell y'all. Earl Spence is phenomenal. Earl Spence is great at what he does great, but it's levels to the sport. And Terence Crawford has a gear that most of these other fighters who are also great fighters, they just can't get up to that gear like that. He has a switch. We've seen him do it on multiple occasions. We've seen him do it against Sean Porter, and we've seen him do it against Earl Spence. In that second round, he just flipped the switch and said, look, nigga, you ain't fucking with me. I'm about to beat the fuck out of you for the rest of this fight. That's exactly what happened. So I think it would help Earl Spence, but do I think it's going to change the outcome of the fight? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. What up, Profound? He said, talk your shit. He threw like, hey, man, I appreciate it, my brother. Shout out to you, Profound. I see you. What up, Zoe Life? He said E3 live. Oh, shit. Yeah, man. The GOAT is back. I'm back in this bitch. You feel what I'm saying? I appreciate you for pulling up, my guy. I miss y'all, man. And I hope y'all miss me because I damn sure miss y'all. He said, you think EJ tuned in listening? Hell, man, Earl, listen to me, bro. Come on now. I know good and goddamn well. I'm not trying to be arrogant or nothing, but I know Earl Spence done seen one of the motherfucking parts. He probably even laughed at the shit because the shit is so funny. Maybe he said, fuck it. I mean, this shit is so funny. I'm going to just keep saying stupid ass shit so he can keep putting them hoes out. That nigga Black Cop so funny as fuck. I can see Earl Spence saying that shit, y'all. I'm just saying. It is what it is. What up, Woo 36? He said he thriller with the Picasso paint. I see. What up, Q? Tommy said Bud offered EJ a rematch at 147, and Earl he said, and EJ opted out. He waiting for the winner of Charlo versus Canelo. So is it true that Earl said no? I don't know yet, bro. I don't know. We'll have to see. But if I'm Bud, I'm not doing Earl no favors. Fuck Earl. I'm the A-side. I'm the big dog. I'm the king around these parts. I get to pick and choose the weight class. I get to pick and choose when whoever comes. I get to do all that because that's what I negotiated. Let me see. Y'all just going back and forth. I'll tag E3 if you check on here. Okay. Yeah, man. Drop some shit in the comments. I read my comments. I ain't like these other niggas, Okay, y'all just shouting each other out. Let me see what Tommy talking about again. Hey, man, shout out to Prime, man. Shout out to GOAT Prime, man. I'm ready to watch my Buffs tomorrow, man. He said, and to all the people out here spreading false narratives, Bud is offering Earl. Okay, so you basically reiterating what I read earlier. I appreciate it, my brother. Who haven't I got, man? IOTBA said, talk that shit, E3. I appreciate it. Let me see, man. What up, Boogeyman Bud, the PBC Slayer? He said, did Boots turn down the Bud fight twice last year? Didn't Bozy say that BLK Prime reached out to him, but he told him to get in contact with his people at Showtime, Steven Espinoza. And I believe BLK Prime did that, but nothing, came of it. So I don't know if he ducked them or not, but I will say this. I did a show on this shit about 8 months ago. Instead of going to the IBF route, where Earl Spence ain't really been defending them belts against mandatories, you probably should have stayed in the WBO rankings because we knew Virgil wasn't going to fight Bud. He's been moving in and out of the way for a long fucking time now. He went the WBA route. He was supposed to fight Stanionis, but that fight keep getting postponed over goofy ass shit with Virgil Ortiz. You feel what I'm saying? So if Jerron Boots Ennis would have petitioned the WBO, then maybe he would have got the motherfucking fight. He's had several opportunities to seize the moment, but for whatever reason, I don't know if it's Cameron Duncan. I don't know if it's Bozy. I don't know who it is, but the man ain't making smart moves outside of the ring. Keep that same energy, y'all. Keep that same energy. What up to my nigga ASAP, 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 Y'all don't know nothing about that. Shout out to my nigga ASAP. He said, E3, what up? What's poppin'? How are you, kind sir? Who haven't I got, man? Shout out to my nigga D Young. He said, salute, E Thriller was popping. How are you, kind sir? Let me see, man. Let me see. Shout out to my brother in real life. The General Big Fish has entered the premises. He said, keep speaking facts. Really? Really, Big Fish? As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and do this because I cannot wait to hear what I ain't talked to my brother all day because I don't like talking to niggas that I know that's going to come on the panel because I don't want to say none of my points to them, right? So I am dying to know what the Big Fish got cooking up tonight. Him and Q, I know they're going to come with some shit, so hey, man, I got my popcorn ready. The link is in the chat. And let me go over the panel etiquette before y'all come on because ain't shit changed, man. Where my banner at? You know what I'm saying? Nigga a little rusty. Hold on. Where my shit at, man? It's been a minute. All right, so panel etiquette, man. Rule number 1, please cut your camera on. Rule number 2, please mute your fucking audio until I introduce you. Rule number 3, you will have 2 minutes to speak. I'm going to have a timer running. Once you hear that timer go off, I'm passing the mic. I ain't going to explain shit. Rule number 4, please don't dominate the show, especially if it's a lot of people on the panel, man. Everybody want to make their points. And if somebody got smoked with another individual, let them get their shit out the way. And then you get in when you fit in like we at the barbershop. Factsy, Thriller, big facts. And rule number 5, and more importantly, please don't mention nobody else's channel on my shit. But if you just so happen to do it by mistake or intentionally, whatever the case may be, I don't fucking know. I ain't the young ward. If you just so happen to do that, you have to send me a $25 cash out because there's free promotion. And we don't do free promotion on my channel because I don't have to mention other motherfuckers on my channel to get hot or, to be perceived as if I don't do none of that. I'm doing well by myself, right? And rule number 6, which is the most and motherfucking important rule. Please respect the host and my guests. I repeat, please respect the host, which is me, and my fucking guests. All right, man, going out to my dog, my brother, Boxing Nerd 101. You're live on the chat with the pack. You got 2 minutes. Pop your shit, bro. COE, cut your cam on, bro.
Hey, yo! E3.
Hey, man, hold on. Before I let you go, I got to preface my comments by saying my nigga Boxing Nerd done hit me up plenty of times. I done had a bunch of other people hit me up via DM. I see your COE and shit like that saying, damn, Go Thriller, when you're coming back, man, these niggas boring, man. We missing you out here in these streets. These niggas ain't like you, Go Thriller. Can you please come back? Pretty please. My apologies, Boxing Nerd. I am back. And go ahead, man. Pop your shit, bro. I see you, Goldie Low. I see y'all, yo.
No worries, brother. I know this is...
Mute your audio. Mute your audio.
I know this
Everybody mute your audio. Go ahead.
This is
Boxing
fun
Nerd.
for you. It's not you're this is your pastime. I know you have a busy life, so we appreciate when you come whenever you come on. I know I might bug you here and there, but like we appreciate you for coming on tonight, especially.
Oh, never that, man. You can never bug me, my shit, man. What's your take on what I've been saying, man? I know I was cooking for a minute, so go ahead. The floor is yours, my nigga. Matter of fact, I'm giving y'all 3 minutes tonight. Go ahead. Since I ain't been on in a month, y'all got 3 minutes, man. Go ahead, man. Just you get it, E3. You got 3 minutes, man. Go ahead, man.
All right. So Keef, Queef, Teef, Weef, one time, sometimes, once upon a time, never one time. Thurman, this guy is a clown, man. I was a fan too. I always wanted him to fight certain people. I wanted to see him with Terence Crawford, Errol Spence. I really thought he would give Errol Spence a tough time just because styles make fights. And Errol Spence is flat. Here's respectfully, E3, I don't ever want to hear you say Errol Spence is phenomenal because he
context matters, boxing nerd. I said he's phenomenal at what he do.
Oh, that's true.
Go ahead.
Oh, that's true. And until this point, he didn't really have anybody to test him in other aspects of the boxing acronym. So, like, it was a one-sided ass whooping. Just for Terence Crawford, of course, because he came out with Eminem and I gave him an extra boost, and he wasn't able to do anything. Even that overhand left that landed didn't really land, and he got caught with the uppercut, and then he went down goes Spence, goes Spence.
Yep,
man. But when it comes to Keith Thurman, he's talking out the left side of his face. I don't know what's wrong with him. This guy said Terence Crawford didn't beat a champion. Errol Spence wasn't a champ. Where have you been? What are you talking about? He was the IBF, the WBA, the WBC champion, unified champion of the world. And he took the WBA from Ugas, he took the WBC from Sean Porter, and he took the IBF from Kell Brook. So how was he not a champion? I don't understand. In all 3 of those years, you weren't really doing nothing, were you? Like, he was just there talking. You know what is crazy? When fighters have fights coming up, they usually have a whole bunch of interviews. He's done like 5 interviews in the past 3 weeks. And we haven't heard nothing about a fight. Yes.
Yeah, and you heard what Ugas said, not to cut you off. Ugas said he was gearing up to fight Keith Thurman, but for whatever reason, he not fighting him. So Keith Thurman obviously didn't want that fight.
Keith Thurman needs to hurry up and retire. Just go on and retire. We'll enjoy you from the commentary box. That's what we'll do. We'll enjoy you a little bit more than Timothy Bradley, in my opinion, because Timothy Bradley's an amazing boxing mind. He cheeses me with the stuff he says when he's commentating.
I fuck with Desert Storm. I ain't gonna lie, boxing. I like Desert Storm.
Oh yeah,
because he give it to you raw and uncut. He don't give a fuck.
You know what? He's real. He's real. I'll give him that. He's real. He's 100%
Yep.
real. And I know he was rejoicing because they've been calling him a clown and this, that, and third for how many years now? He's been well overdue for his praises for that fight, to protect the nation for sure. But Keith Thurman needs to shut up and fight Boots. Shut up and fight Boots. Staniono, somebody. Fight the janitor. Fight somebody, please. Because you're talking way too much for someone that's fought, 2 times in the last 5 years?
All right, boxing nerd. That was 3 minutes, my guy.
Yes, sir.
Moving
Appreciate
on,
it,
going out to COE Films. You're live on the chat with the Pat. You got 3 minutes, man. Pop a shit.
What's up, fellas? I'm in here, man.
It's good,
Shout out
man.
to everybody on the panel. Yo, yeah, just to pop it off, man. I want to say this right here to get it on everybody else's mind. Crawford, y'all, I feel like right now they are about to do him just like they had done him before this Errol Spence saga took off 5 years ago. They about to try to freeze him out for the next 2 to 3 years, y'all. Mark my words. For the next 2 to 3 years, he's not going to get these fights to become undisputed. The chess moves already done been made. And Charlo, when Al went up and got Charlo to fight Canelo, he moved Charlo real quick because he knew what was about to happen. He moved Charlo real quick and got him out the way. Now they're gonna strip him of the belt, which Crawford can't fight for undisputed now. So that right there killed the undisputed saga right there. So Bud countered and wanted to go up and fight Canelo now.
Yep.
So now he boxing them in to make them make a decision. So with that being said, the 168 division, if whoever win out of that fight, they will not fight Crawford next. Crawford would have to go through the 154 if he's gonna fight 154 to come undisputed. He will have to go through the gauntlet again, and they will move them belts around again and again until he boxes him in the corner again like he had to do once before. So we might not get a chance to see that 3-time undisputed. Y'all just warning you. Shakur Stevenson, he about to go through the same thing, but as of right now, they're not gonna let Bud become that great, bro. That him killing the PBC like that, Al ain't gonna let it happen. I'm just going here let you.
I can see that, bro. I can see what you're saying. You got
Yeah.
50 more seconds, bro. Is that all there? Is there anything else you got to say?
No, I got a little bit more. So I was looking at how this Charlo thing might pan out when it come to fight Bud. If he come back down to 154, y'all, that's if he come back down to 154. I don't think, just from me hearing the little bits and pieces of stuff he been saying, the same thing Earl was saying and kind of hinting around too. I see Charlo have some of the same energy, and Bud even had to come out and tell everybody, like, look, y'all hide behind Al. You're hiding behind Al Heyman. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Talk to Al. How many times we gonna talk to Al? Everybody know at this point now that it's all about that money and getting the most out these fighters that they can, that the promoters can. So, yeah,
all
man.
Right, all right, man. I got to pass the mic, my brother. It's been 3 minutes, man. All right, man. Going out to Mr. 214. You're live on the chat the pack. Talk to me, fam. What's popping, bro?
Hey, E3, what's popping, my guy?
Man, I can't call it, man. Happy to have you on. Go ahead and cook.
Hey, man, appreciate shout out to everybody on the panel. Shout out to the Wolf Chat, man. Hey, E3, man, you were cooking tonight, man. See, what goes around, comes around, right? And a lot of these Earl Spence fans, they can't take it, right? Look, negotiating is negotiating. We talked how Earl Spence was the A-side for a long time. That was our stance on Terence Crawford. We said Earl Spence was the big dog, right? And they negotiated. Whoever won this fight get to pick the weight in which they fight next. Earl Spence and us was so confident that Earl Spence was going to win this fight. You know how Forrest Gump, on the movie Forrest Gump, when he got shot in the ass, he said, something bit me. You understand me? And it came back and bit him back in the ass, right? And like I said, what keeps Thurman, Danny Garcia, and anybody else, nobody don't give a shit about y'all. Like, at the end of the day, you got to get Terence Crawford his credit, right? He did the unthinkable, what everybody thought that he wasn't going to do. A lot of people, not saying everybody, I'm talking about the Earl Spence fan, myself, and a lot of other people. Now, you see the people, Earl Spence fans, they just can't get over it. They can't fathom that Earl Spence got beat that bad, right? That they still thinking in their guts and trying to come up with all these excuses why he lost. This is the reason why he lost, and this and that. And it absolutely makes no sense. I'm with you, E3. If I'm Terence Crawford, I ain't doing Earl Spence no favors. What favors was Terence Crawford got? People talking about, Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman may have been on the road to fight Manny Pacquiao of Floyd, but that's the same guy who still said, I need $10 million to fight Terence Crawford. That's also the same guy who said, I ain't thinking about no Terence Crawford. So rather what road he was on and what he was doing, them words still came out his mouth. And when he said it, he was in the position where he was on top. Now he ain't on top no more, and them words coming back to bite him too. So I ain't trying to hurt none of that bullshit. None of these folks talking about when Earl Spence was the man, we respected him like he was the man. Now Crawford is the man. Crawford needs to get
I see you, dude.
Like he's the man. Like the blasphemy of some of these dudes talking about he trying to weaken Earl. Yep. So is. Y'all mad or y'all big mad? When nigga go cry in the corner and get out your feelings about it.
I do you one better. Remember, they was laughing about aging Bud out. Remember that shit?
Oh man, look.
That's something that I failed to mention earlier in the show. Look, what about the aging Bud out?
Yeah, and I was one of them because I thought.
Yes, you were, sir.
I thought Bud Crawford. Oh, go ahead, E3.
I appreciate the audio. All right, man. Going out to Goldie Loke. You're live on the chat with the pad. Talk to me, fam. You got 3 minutes, bro. Goldie Loke, unmute your mic.
What's up, my brother? I had to unmute myself. What's up, my brothers?
What's going on, man?
Not much, brothers. Everybody doing okay?
Yes, sir. We got 3 minutes, man. Go ahead. What's your takeaway on the topic?
Yes, sir. I ain't even take the whole through it. Listen, I'm thinking Bud Bud doing it to save face with Earl, man. Just to get Earl the easy way out the fight. You feel what I'm saying? Earl don't need the rematch. So he demanded that 147. So Earl go ahead and turn it down. We ain't got to have that rematch, man. Earl don't need it. I mean, that's my take on that situation there, man. He know Earl don't want that rematch. Earl saving face. You feel what I'm saying? He had to activate the record, but he ducking Bud. He doesn't hit that there. So boss for 147. No, Earl can't make the 147. That's what they say. Hope he don't take it. That's just it. You know, I don't think Earl gonna take it at 147. I mean, yeah, 154 will be good, but it don't make no sense to go to 154 and fighting because we're not fighting for nothing at all. No titles on the line, no nothing. You know, that's the way I feel about it. But welcome back, bro. And
Appreciate
also,
it. Well,
you changed.
Hold on, go to low before you shift gears. How do you feel about the Keith Thurman situation and Danny Garcia and Boots? Do you think Bud is wrong for saying that he would never fight those guys?
Hell no. All three of them had the opportunity to fight Bud. You feel what I'm saying? They offer all three of them. They offered Danny Garcia his biggest payday. He turned it down. Keith Thurman priced himself out, and Boots he ran. So you know my favorite word. Fuck him.
Boots put on his
You
boots.
know that was coming. you know what? Take it. Fuck him. But listen, you changed your cash app again?
No, it's still the same as I said at E3.
Okay, cause on the thing here you got the Black Picasso 209.
On what?
Come across the screen.
Oh, okay, yeah. I must have messed up on that, but yeah, it's on my banner. It's I said at E3.
Yeah, I've been trying. It would keep giving me the run around with this shit. Just I'm gonna keep my money till I get a food stamp card next month.
Yeah, if you're trying to send it to that's the old one. So yeah, it's gonna kick back.
Yeah. I kept trying to find out where it's at now. Goddamn, man. But it's still gonna be the same thing, man. I'm thinking Bud going on up with Canelo, man. I think that's gonna be his last fight. Bud ain't got nothing to prove to nobody else. Got Boots fight, kill it. Keith Thurman, body too weak. Danny Garcia cutting hair. So he ain't need no more of that shit.
Ready to go to low, man. That's your time, man. Let me go ahead and go to D Young. You're live in the chat with the pack. Holler at me, bro. What's popping?
Whoa, what's good with it, 3?
Shit, man. What's popping, my brother? How are you?
I'm all right, man. Salute to everybody on the panel, man. Shit, we get it right into it. Listen, I ain't got no problem with this. I honestly, everybody on here can agree that we don't want to see the rematch like that because it ain't gonna sell. And yeah, bro, it's really if it ain't Boots, then I would like him to go see Canelo, man. And I have to agree with Mr. Golden. I think he is trying to save face for Earl, man. But but in Earl defense though, I mean, if we looking at this, bro, where else do he have to go? So, like I said, like I was telling Ayo the other day, it's like, bro, he ain't got no choice but to do a rematch because we all know you fucking with Al Heyman. You fuck with Al Heyman, he gonna put you on the shelf, and I think that's what's gonna happen. And I heard the brother say that they're gonna try to freeze Crawford out and all this, but I just gotta disagree with you, bro, because I'm gonna tell you like this. One thing I know, and I've been very critical of the great Al Heyman, but he cares about green. And one thing that he loves is black versus Mexican, bro. And shit, he don't care about Terence Crawford. Hell, he don't care about Canelo. All he care about is that green. So that makes sense, bro. Two of the top pound fighters. One was a former, and the other one is the current. Bro, they're gonna try to do that, man. And it's shit. There's a lot of money in that. So yeah, like I can't sit here and say that he's not gonna let him fight because there's a reason why their tones have changed. Before Crawford was like, I'm not going up to fight Canelo and this, that, and the third. But prior to but weeks after that, he came back and said, yeah, I'll fight Canelo. And it was the same thing for Canelo. Well, no, I ain't fighting Terence Crawford because I ain't gonna get no credit. But he come back on the interview and say, well, yeah, you never know what'll happen, bro. It's like I'm saying. My point is this: they must have. I don't got no inside source on this, but they had to see the numbers on this, and they had to be like, okay, well, hey, look, y'all can make a lot of astronomical amount of money on this because let's not forget they was gonna try to sacrificial lamb Earl Spence to Canelo.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
just like they doing to Charlo. He's a sacrificial lamb, bro. So I like I say, that's definitely gonna happen if Canelo wins. Well, I got him beating the shit out of Charlo, honestly. But
And I think both
yeah,
dudes kind of changed their mind on the fight, bro, because he gained so much traction so fast, bro. I think Charlamagne guy had a lot to do with it. Shout out to the Breakfast Club, man. I think he had a lot to do with pushing for that fight. And then Bud ended up being, I see you, Mosquito, and he was like, shit, I mean, I guess I'll go ahead and do it, on the Joe Rogan shit.
Right, yeah. I mean, it makes a lot of sense. It definitely makes a lot of sense when you talk about business wise. But
Yeah, I
do
know
I
one
think?
thing. I know it's gonna sell. I know that.
Oh yeah. But to keep it all the way G with y'all and all my Bud buddies, man, I'm gonna just tell y'all this, bro. I don't know if he could beat him, bro, but he got
And that's
skills.
fine. That's fine, dude.
Yeah,
I just want to see it. If he lose, he lose. That's cool.
Yeah, if he lose, he
I ain't gonna
lose.
make
But
no excuses.
yeah, I like I said, I'm with Io on this one, man. It's levels and this weight shit is a lot. It's just a lot. That's just it's weight classes for a reason in boxing, man. And I ain't saying he can't do it. It's just, man, it's yeah, bro. I don't know if he
And
could
for
do
that
it, bro.
reason right there, that's why a lot of people gonna want to see if he can pull it off. They're gonna pay for it.
Hey, yeah, for sure. But yeah, I'm gonna pass it on to Mosquito though.
Already, man. Going out to Eddie Atlas, aka Mosquito Spray, the boxing historian. You're live on the Chapter Pack. Talk to me, big bro. What's poppin'?
E3, what's happening, man?
Man, I can't call it. How are you, kind sir?
I'm good, man. Salute to the panel in the chat, man. Yeah, I've been listening in, man. Yeah, you boy sick, boy.
So, what's your takeaway on this topic, man?
Hey, he like you say, he earned the right, man, to do what he want to do. You know what I'm saying? He took down the man that they said a lot of people said he couldn't beat in spectacular fashion. You know what I'm saying? It was two top 5 pound for pound guys facing each other, still in their primes. It was, the pinnacle of boxing. And he came out on top in a major way. You know what I'm saying? Like I said before the fight, whoever won this fight was guaranteed 8-figure paydays for the rest of their career. You know what I'm saying? So he won, and he the guy now. You know what I'm saying? At least from minus Canelo, he the guy. But yeah, he earned the right, man. They can't. Hey, they never saw this day coming.
Yeah, right. The tables are turning, bro. That shit funny when you think about it.
Yeah, so it is what it is, though. If he did all Spence to fight at 47, that shit hilarious to me. You know what I'm saying? Because all that shit over 5 years trying, because now if he did fight him shit, he in real life he could 70-30, 80-20 a nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you can do whatever you want, man. But yeah, I'm glad to see it, man. Because you gotta think about it. Like I believe, the man got 2-3 tops, when it comes to fights left in his career.
I think so too.
He gonna spend that shit fighting fucking Keith Thurman and Danny Garcia or Gerard. No. He chased big money. You know what I'm saying? Like he 35 years old. You know what I'm saying? What he supposed to do? Shit. After all this, what if Floyd Mayweather do after he beat De La Hoya? You start making big money fights. You become the man. You do it. You do what the man do.
It'll be different if he didn't tell us his intentions, bro. But he told us before the Spence fight even happened. Like he was saying, I want Jamil because I want to be 3 times undisputed. But then he added on to it after he saw them. I think his belt got stripped with the WBO. So he's like, fuck it with shit. I'm gonna try to go up here and fight Canelo then. Like I ain't got no problem with that, bro.
Right. And then the thing about it, that's the thing. It ain't like he chasing killers. You know what I'm saying? Like Charlo and Canelo. Shit, them, man. Like he's trying, like he fighting goddamn Glass Joe or something. You know what I'm saying?
Like he moving up to fight a bum, or he's staying at 147 to fight Cody Crowley or some shit. Like I would get the criticism for that, but
Yeah, but that's all I got on it, man. I completely agree with it. You know what I'm saying?
Hey man, shout out to Terence Crawford, man, aka the Boogeyman. If you're listening, shout out to Team Crawford. Stand on business, man. Do what the fuck you want to do. Don't listen to none of these Neanderthals. Damn sure don't listen to these Eurosexuals, because these the same motherfuckers that was laughing at you when you couldn't get these goddamn fights. Fuck them. Hey man, the panel open, y'all. Y'all go ahead and rock.
Yeah, man. So it's crazy though, E3. You know how all Earl Spence fans, including myself, we was barking how Earl was the A side. He could do what he wanted to do. And now when Terence Crawford, legitimized himself as being the A side, now they got all these steps, extra steps they want Terence Crawford to take. Like a Boots, and it's like real talk. Even though I was saying Boots, don't go fight on no starter out. He still had that opportunity to go fight Terence Crawford, and he said no. Terence Crawford ain't supposed to remember that shit. He ain't supposed to remember all this other shit. Like we all been saying, like, fuck all the other shit. It's time to get that dude his respect now. Stop
hold on, RTB. Hold on. He never said no. The call just didn't go anywhere. Boots never said no. No. Hold.
I'm gonna tell you how he said no, Boxing Nerd, because he moved out of the WB. Wait a minute, hold on. I know you love Boots, but I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm not gonna tell you what you want to hear. I'm gonna tell you what you need to hear. And this is what happened. Instead of staying with the WBO, he decided, along with his father, Bozy Ennis, who can't keep Bud name out his fucking mouth. Every time I look up, he hating on Bud. They decided to petition the IBF several times. Why leave the WBO, Boxing Nerd? I'll wait.
If I offered you 3 tingles.
No. Don't answer the question with a question, Boxing Nerd. I asked
answer
you
the question,
specifically a question, bro. Why leave the WBO?
Because
and you knew Earl had mandatories already before you even went over there. That didn't make any sense to me. So that's why Io's saying what he's saying. But go ahead.
No, it's because you had an opportunity to fight a unified champion versus a champion.
Yeah,
got an opportunity.
Really? But no, wait, how? When he was already mandated, he was mandated to fight Keith.
Nah, but he was higher in the IBF, correct?
Who? Boots?
Where was he ranked? Boots. Where was he ranked in the IBF?
I believe he was elevated to number 1, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. He was number 2 in the WBO.
But see, this is my point. Yeah. Earl had fights lined up. He had niggas lined up waiting to fight him, bro, before Boots even did that.
Hold on. Hey, Thriller. Hold on. Didn't Boots move out to number 1 after Ortiz turned it down?
Yep.
Yeah.
He moved to number 1 in WBO.
Yep.
Yes. He moved to number 1 in WBO. So that's no excuse.
Listen, Mr. Golden, you don't even have to be number 1. All you got to do is petition the WBO. If you're in the top 3, I think it's top 3 or top 5 to get a title shot. You don't even have to be number 1. But go ahead, my bad.
But he did the number 1 thing. He put on a pair of skates and skated his ass over to the IBF.
He ain't skating nowhere, man. He's calling him out every
single boxing nerd.
Man, yeah, he did, bro. You got to look at it.
Yes, he did, boxing nerd.
Why would he go from the WBO to the IBF, bro? Come on, boxing nerd. Stop with the
because he wanted an opportunity.
And listen, and boxing nerd, and no Earl had a title defense for 5 years in the IBF. So why would you run over there? And know it's gonna be a waiting list.
He was looking at Earl as the easier competition. That's why they went over there.
Yeah,
let's keep it 100.
But I've been telling you guys this for years too.
Okay, then. So that means he avoided Terence Crawford. That's why he moved out to WBO.
Strategic chess move. That's all it was.
Yeah, a strategic way of ducking. Yes. Let's just call it what it is. I know you like Boots, but it is what it is.
Oh man! Now they don't want Earl Spence to fight at 147 no more. Well, Earl Spence shouldn't have lost the fight. Now it's not up to Earl Spence where he want to fight at. Either take the fight or move on. And in my personal opinion, I really truly think now. I had time to think about it. I think Earl Spence needs to move on from this fight. Yep. Don't look. Do not go back into this fight with Terence Crawford, who obliterated you from pillar to post in every fucking round. And that's just facts, right? You do not need to jump back in there with a guy like that where we seen you had absolutely no chance.
Don't show that shit in the dog.
Hey man, he had that nigga looking like that. He had him looking like this, bro. We don't want to see this shit again. As much as I loved Earl getting his ass kicked, I didn't want to see him look like that.
You know what's crazy? Very similar to the accident.
Look at Derek James. He checking his gloves like, nigga, what the fuck? What did you just do to my fighter? Come on, man. We don't want to see this again.
His face was puffed up like the accident. I put them side by side. I couldn't see the difference.
Hey, man, let me do this, y'all. Hey, mute your audio. Please mute your audio if you please. All right, man, going out to General Big Fish. You're live on the Chat with the Pack. Talk to me, big bro. What's popping?
E3, what's going on, man?
What's going down, my brother? You all right?
Big fish.
No, I ain't all right. I had to listen to all this fucking hypocrisy for fucking an hour and 29 minutes.
Go ahead. You got 3 minutes, man. Go ahead and cook before I open the panel back.
This is was bragging and claiming this fucking bullshit time frame. I don't know what time frame this so-called Terence Crawford era, spelled ERROR, not ERA. This is a fucking mistake in boxing. The boxing guys have gave us a bullshit time period where one guy gets on top and he want to cry and bitch and moan because he didn't get a chance that he felt he got. So now when he get on top, he do the same fucking thing. So when I get through with these 3 minutes, E-Thriller, I want to see part one where fucking Bud is fucking ducking and crying. That shit that nobody asked for that tweet yesterday that he wanted. Who the fuck talking about Danny Garcia? Why is Danny Garcia on fucking Bud Crawford's mind? I can see Keith Thurman, and we all know Keith Thurman is one of the best boxing minds in the sport, inside the ring and on the mic. So although you don't like what he's saying, he has a valid point of what a whole lot of people been saying. That wasn't the same Earl Spence. I don't give a fuck what nobody on this panel say. That was not the same high quality fighter that we normally see, that we saw July 29th. Nobody fucking knew. Even Mosquito Spray, when he say this fucking joke for the millionth time, I was afraid to say on Earl what was gonna happen to Earl Spence. It wouldn't have been legal. So nobody don't want to hear this shit. Y'all did not believe or think or even bet no type of money that y'all felt that Earl Spence was gonna get done like that. No fucking way. This guy, and then what's funny, he wanted to demand that the fight be at 147 again. E3, that shit is whack, bro. Whack. Earl should have never gave him a chance. Like Dion said, he should have listened to Al. He should have fought Keith Thurman at 154 and been on his merry way, and we would have had an Avenesian Bud Part 2. Y'all lucky. And you right, E3. Earl got duped. He got duped at the fucking negotiating table by Bud with that fucking coin flip, all that dumbass shit. I don't know what the fuck. Who the fuck was advising Earl? Al just said, fuck it. You don't want to listen. Do the shit on your own. And it looked like he got fucked all the way around. Now the dude, Terrence, fight wouldn't have happened. Now he want to do this old pussy ass shit, knowing Earl can't make 147. You got to fight me at 147. Why he holding up the division? E3, he want to go fight Canelo. He holding on to these damn belts at 147. This dude, make the video, E3. Terence Crawford holding up the division. He's holding up 147. Make him. He's ducking. Make him.
Is that? Are you done?
No.
There's 3 minutes.
Mosquito spray. Don't get on here talking this fucking bullshit like this motherfucker is better than Floyd Mayweather and better than Sweet Pea and better than Muhammad Ali and can beat Tyson Fury. Fuck Bud Crawford. Y'all prop this motherfucker up. This the worst fucking era in boxing. No competition. Keith Thurman is deserving of a fucking fight. This motherfucker don't want to fight. Fuck Terence Crawford. This fucking pussy ass baby shit. I don't want to fight him. I don't want to fight him. I don't want to fight him.
Hold on, y'all. Let him finish. Let him finish. Let him get it out.
This motherfucker want to hold the fucking belt so he can walk around fucking Omaha, 2.7 square miles of land and fucking brag and gloat, because he beat according to y'all, a fucking drunk, fat-footed fighter with a goddamn dried up afro. That's who the fuck he beat. And y'all want me to be fucking impressed about this shit. And fuck y'all.
Nah, that nigga Afro definitely was not dried up, nigga. It was juice flying everywhere.
Hey, Big Fish, can I say this? You mentioned something about why Bud was mentioning Danny Garcia, where he was responding to an interview in an article that was posted prior to those tweets. because it states right here, Danny Garcia believes a fight with Terence Crawford is possible. So that's why Bud said what he said about Danny. And Keith has been calling out Bud as of late, which is why he said what he said. So it wasn't just no random rants where he just wanted to pop his shit for no fucking reason. It was in response to what was being said. Y'all go ahead.
Hey, yo, Big Fish, let me ask you a question real quick.
Big Fish gone. He dropped out. He rolled out the rain, man.
Yo, it sounds like
he rolled out the rain.
Yo, E3, it sounds like it sounds like Earl just lost yesterday. It sounds like Earl just lost yesterday the way he just ran.
This is my thing right here to Big Fish, because I know he's still listening. Right? You just said you don't give a damn what we say. That wasn't the real Earl Spence. Well, who was it then? Who was it?
It was a clone.
Who was it?
It was a clone.
But we weren't saying this 28 fights when Earl Spence was whooping ass. We weren't saying that wasn't the real Earl Spence. Then all of a sudden you want to get on here and say that wasn't the real Earl Spence. Stop it, Fish. Stop.
Yeah, and what I want to ask that nigga, because he keep bringing it up, just hypothetically, if that nigga had won the coin toss and walked out last, you think he would have won the fight?
No. No, all that shit is irrelevant, bro. No. That wasn't gonna help him with them fucking jabs, them lethal thudding jabs that Terence Crawford was landing, rocking his fucking Jerry curl left to right. That shit wasn't gonna help.
People have to remember he had a whole
hit that motherfucker 6% of power shot. You know, 6% power shot. Beat the man ass with.
Mosquito, why would he even let Terence Crawford get the edge on him to say, let's do a coin flip? Why would he even agree to that bullshit?
Gamesmanship.
Well, it wasn't really the edge though, man. Because think about it. They're both champions. They're both undefeated. And so the thing was, one walked out last, but Spence had his name announced last. So from a fan standpoint, the champion is the one name you hear in this last period. So it was basically even, a level playing field.
It was 50-50.
Nah, Spence was the A side. He had 3 belts. He shouldn't have let none of that go on. That's his fault.
Exactly.
That's his fault.
Yeah.
That's Earl's fault. That's his fault, bro. Y'all got to quit complaining. Earl negotiated that shit.
Yeah.
And Earl was the same nigga. Wait a minute, Mr. Golden. Earl was the same nigga that said whenever they was doing that back and forth on Twitter that I even said that you can walk out last. He was making fun of this shit like he didn't care. So don't turn around once the fight is made and start bitching about it, bro. I don't want to hear that.
Man, he touching. I'm watching this fight, Joey Gonzalez. Touching this cat up.
Is the fight on right now?
I'm just trying to see. I'm just trying to see, like, all of a sudden, how that wasn't the real Earl Spence in the ring that night. It wasn't the real Earl Spence because Terence Crawford gave him that religious ass whipping he got?
That's exactly
Is that the reason why?
Yeah.
Is it because our expectations was higher than that Earl Spence was going to win this fight, and when he got in that fight, he didn't have a chance in that fight? Is that the reason why we saying now that ain't the real Earl Spence? We got to stop that. See, that's what people want to continue to do. They want to continue to take credit away from Terence Crawford, and I'm not here to do that. I got to give the man his respect. I thought Earl Spence was going to win. He lost. Terence Crawford looked phenomenal. As a matter of fact, I've never seen a opponent of that opposition as high caliber as Earl Spence and as high caliber as Terence Crawford. I have never seen a fighter get beat up that bad like that. And I tell y'all,
are you kidding me? You
right. You know he was coming back.
Fish, I think your phone might be breaking up, bro. Are you still talking? I can't hear you no more.
Over to Las Vegas and running fucking mountains the week of the fight, and then you see him in hold on, and then you see
we couldn't hear you, bro. We couldn't hear you. Calm down. We couldn't hear you, bro.
Damn, I ain't never heard Fish.
We couldn't hear you, Fish. But go ahead. I just want you to get your points in, bro. Go ahead. My bad.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Okay, Ayo, your favorite trainer in the world, Derrick James, burnt fucking Earl Spence to crispy fish in training here in this Texas heat. Then he transferred his dry ass hair over to fucking Las Vegas, and he was running heels the week of the fucking fight. Then in media training, he got fucking caught with a super slow motion fucking Back to the Future left hook in the fucking practice session, bro. What are you talking about, bro? You seen how he was looking, his glossy eyes, how he was fucking talking. Everything he was fucking saying, bro, that was not the fucking same fighter. All right, yo. Stop playing.
Hey,
Big
Fish,
Fish,
okay.
Hold on, Goldie. Hold on. Time out, Mr. Goldie. Let Ayo respond, and then I'm gonna let you go, Mr. Goldie. Go ahead, Ayo.
All right, hold up, Fish. Now you say he was trained in the Texas Heat. Fish, he been trained in the Texas Heat. So we're gonna cut that down real quick. You talking about his trainer taking them up to Las Vegas. Well, Fish, in my book, that's called a personal problem. Don't talk about that now, since the fight is over with and done, and we come up with all these excuses and say why he did this and did that. Would I agree with you and say, yeah, he shouldn't have did that? But that's Earl Spence and Derrick James' fault. And when you talk about glossy-eyed, Earl Spence always looked glossy-eyed in the goddamn fight. That's because he got some big-ass eyes, and they always all the way open.
Hey, Mr. Golden, go ahead and say what you was gonna say. My bad. Go ahead.
Big Fish, let's just keep it real. He took that nigga hard.
What you mean?
No, hold on, Big Fish. He took Earl hard when he came in that fishnet throw around the shoulder. That was it. He gonna catch his ass. It wasn't nothing wrong with Earl. Earl was fine. Earl was in the ring. He was happy as a motherfucker. Okay, let's keep it real. Now I'm gonna give you your due. You came on. You did better than you did with the Sean Porter fight. You stuck around because Sean Porter fight, you hauled that after Bud beat his ass. But you did give Bud his credit this time and you stuck around. Now you coming with the bullshit a month and a half later. Just accept the fact, man. That man beat Earl ass good old-fashioned ass cutting. Okay? Now he trying to save Earl ass with telling him to fight at 147 again so he get him away out of the fight. Earl don't need that fight again, and you know that shit. 154, 160, nothing gonna happen fighting Bud again, man.
Yeah,
you know that shit.
I agree. Earl Spence left the ring the night he was looking for his mouthpiece in the Ugas fight, Mr. Golden. That's the last time we seen, or we're gonna see the real Earl Spence fight. It was a wrap. When I heard, I don't give a fuck. And first off, Wolfpack, I don't give a fuck if y'all don't like what I'm saying.
Are you serious, man? Are you serious right now? Man, you do. Hey, Big Fish, you do, because you've been the one praising the fact that after Ugas knocked him out, he could miss the beating the shit out of Ugas.
He didn't take no fucking tune up. He didn't take a fucking tune up because he was looking for a cash out. This motherfucker waited 18 fucking minutes before he fought Terence Crawford for Ugas, man.
You understand that though leading into the fight, Fish?
Come on, man. You can't be serious right now, man. This nigga hurt tripping.
Hey, where's this coming from, Fish? Where's this coming from, Fish? Why we didn't hear this before the fight that Earl Spence should have took a tune-up? We was all still confident that he was going to win without a tune-up.
That nigga couldn't wait. You couldn't wait, nigga.
I can find footage that I can send to you where that was said. We had said that plenty of times. He should have been fucking moved on from after.
Fish, what you tell me the day before the fight, Big Fish?
He should have fucking left and went and fought Keith Thurman because Terence Crawford was full of shit playing games.
Yeah, what you tell me the day before the fight?
Yeah, but he didn't though, Fish. That's the point. He didn't. That's Earl made that decision.
Well, this is a hindsight conversation, because nobody knew that this shit was gonna happen like this. That Earl Spence wasn't gonna be prepared properly by Derrick James. We didn't know that shit. A fucking trainer of the year, training eight people doing the biggest fight of Earl Spence's career. You said that, didn't you?
That's true. But at the end of the day, that's true. Hey, Fish, that's true. But at the end
can you mute his mic, E3? He keep groaning and shit.
No, I can't mute him. Hey,
Fish, that may be true. That may be true. But Earl Spence went in there with the bravado of not taking the tune-up. Earl Spence went in there with the bravado of letting his coach accept all these guys. He was praising his coach before the fight happened, saying his coach got him here. He wasn't saying nothing bad about his coach. So now it's easy. Yeah, now we could say that. Yeah, that's a valid reason. But at the end of the day, Earl Spence allowed that shit. If Earl Spence didn't want that to happen, he could have shut that. When I tell you, Fish, I was inside the gym. When Earl Spence in the gym, he run that shit. If Earl Spence didn't want that shit to happen, it wouldn't have happened. But Earl Spence was feeling himself. He felt like he was the king of the world. Let's not forget about the 4 doors. He had the 1 door knocking down Sean Porter, Kell Brook, then Sean Porter, then Ugas, then Crawford. So he was going in this fight confident, thinking that he was going to win. He allowed all the extra attention to come in that gym. That's on him.
Yeah, everything is on him, Io. That goes without saying. But I'm just telling you why he fucking lost. All of these fucking errors, all these fucking lack of respect of your opponent, lack of watching tapes, lack of hydration, lack of head movement, lack of punching power, lack of getting to Vegas at a proper time and getting acclimated to the fucking climate.
General Big Fish, can I ask you a question? All right. So based on what you saw on he gone.
No, he here. Go ahead.
No, he here. Go ahead.
Okay. Based on what you saw on July 29th, man, like based on what you saw, the gap in everything, pretty much. Do you think if they'd have fought 5 years ago, you think Spence would have had a chance to win?
Hell yeah, it'd have been completely different. 5 years ago, yep, absolutely.
Why? What would have been different?
Bro, the older a fighter gets, the worse he gets, especially a fighter, and I'm not gonna go over and over again. We know the history. Not my words, your words, Mosquito Spray. Not my words, your words, Mr. Golden. Not my words, your words, Boxing Nerd. We know the deficiencies and flaws outside the ring of Earl Spence. That shit done added up for 5 years. How many beers you think he had in 2018? He probably a lifetime had about 250 beers. Fast forward to now.
But Fish, why you
Big Fish, you didn't care. Wait a minute. Hold on. Time out. Big Fish, you knew all of this shit heading into the fight. You knew this, but you didn't give a fuck about none of that.
Because that's how weak I thought Terence Crawford was. I just thought he was that weak.
Okay, and wait a minute. Let me ask you one more thing, because you made a point about the age shit. You said that a fighter is, is better than
Bud. We know Bud don't drink.
I know Bud is the older fighter, but can I finish my fucking point? Bud would have been younger too. He would have been younger too. It would have been worse.
He was smaller back then.
Okay, good.
He was like Mosquito Spray. He wasn't grown into. He wasn't a full-fledged welterweight. Tell him Mosquito Spray 5 years ago. It would have been different.
Oh, Lord.
It would have been way different.
No, it would have been way different.
Earl Spence just drained his body and blew up and drained his body.
But why you wasn't pushing for Earl Spence to make the fight back then? Because you was telling me Thriller be patient. Y'all tripping. You gotta wait your turn. Oh, Terence Crawford gonna get his turn. We told you he doing everything he said he gonna do. Now you saying some different shit, bro. I don't want to hear that.
Sorry. I'm saying something different.
Because you wasn't saying this prior to the fight for 2 years.
I didn't know he was gonna fucking lose.
Yeah.
So you think he? Wait a minute. So in other words, hold on. So in other words, you think Earl lost this fight because he waited too long to make the fight?
Yeah, he took too long. He had
whose fault is that?
He had the test ready.
Whose fault is that?
It was COVID-19 happened. There was a whole lot of shit that took place.
Big Fish, I asked you a question, bro. Whose fault is that? Who had the plan? Earl.
Y'all keep asking me that same fucking question. Is Earl Spence fault?
Okay, all right.
Why you keep asking me that?
Hey, hold on, y'all. Let me go out to Joe Cool. You're live on the chat with the pad. Talk to me, bro. You got 2 minutes.
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
What's good?
You can't help the fact that the man was in fat camp for training, man. He ain't trained none last year after he fought Ugas, man. The man was in fat camp with Anthony Joshua and Ryan and your boy.
In the ring.
So, I mean, you got to face it, man. He just lost. Just give it up. That's all I got.
All right, appreciate the panel etiquette. All right, man. Panel back over. Y'all go ahead.
Yeah.
Big fish tripping, boy.
Fat camp.
We don't have
This
nobody got a debate much yet. We don't haul ass again.
He
Who
left.
did? Big fish left.
Yeah, I think he slid out the ring again, man. Gotta go grab some more oil, mosquito spray. And then oil up. Jesus.
Oh man.
I ain't never heard fish like this before.
He Thriller. Skin spray break all the shit down the front.
Hey, you sound low, Mr. Golden. I can't hear you no more, bro.
Can't hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay. Did Mosquito Spray say all that shit before the fight? That Friday night when you gave him the opportunity to come on, he did the show. He said Bug gonna beat his ass.
He said all this shit. I've been saying it in 19 episodes on the best series on YouTube. Been trying to tell that nigga this shit. He didn't want to listen.
Chris just didn't want to listen.
He wanted that whole series debunked and destroyed after Errol Spence was supposed to destroy Terence Crawford. That whole series is plaque. It has a plaque.
I still say Bud took Earl Hart when he hit him in that combination and dropped him. Earl realized he was on that ground. After that, Earl was fucked.
No, I don't think he took his hard then. Because if he took his hard then, Earl wouldn't have lasted 9 rounds, and Crawford was putting a whipping on him. Crawford was just a better guy. Crawford beat him. No, he beat him.
If we look at the fight, if you know Crawford would have Crawford fight. When Crawford knocked his ass down, he did come out for the kill mode in the second round. At the end of the second, when he ran out of time. But normally he jumped right back on you. He didn't. He laid off Earl ass.
You know why? You know why? Because Crawford understood who was in front of him. See, people don't understand. Like I give it to y'all. If y'all say this Crawford was Crawford's easiest fight, you know why this was his easiest fight? Because this was Crawford's toughest training camp he ever put himself through, bro. I promise you that. So Crawford,
he did say it now.
Yeah, he did a pre-camp. Yeah, that pre-camp too.
Yeah, definitely was.
So Crawford was fully prepared for this fight. Don't stop sitting up here and telling me that he let Earl Spence make it. No, the fuck he didn't. Crawford was being smart in this fight by whooping that man ass, and he was gonna make sure he was gonna do it his way to where he don't put himself in position. Crawford heard a lot of us, especially myself, when I said he wasn't defensively responsible. When somebody hit him, instead of him being defensively responsible, he hit back. Man, that's the best defense we've seen Terence Crawford put on since he's been fighting. And that's just fact. Man,
can I piggyback off a point that Mr. Golden made, though? I don't necessarily agree with the round in which he said that he took Earl Hart, but I think it was in maybe round 7 or 8. I think maybe round 8. There was one point in that fight, Ayo, where Earl Spence would not throw a fucking punch, bro.
He was confused.
He had him going backwards. Yeah, he was going backwards.
He had him going backwards. He was bleeding profusely from the nostrils and the ear. His fro was still dripping the Jerry curl. And he wouldn't punch, bro.
You're right.
So I do believe he took his will. It just wasn't in the second round. But good.
And you see the steps that Bud did when he was doing that. You see his movement, what he was doing with his feet. Like he was not dancing, but he was just going. He was in position, moving him back the whole time.
Yeah. Now he did take Spence will, because when you get TKO'd and the referee, well, I ain't gonna even say he took his will. Y'all.
He took his will. When have we ever known Errol Spence not to throw punches, bro? He took his will. Let's not start sugarcoating it now.
No, I ain't sugarcoating.
He took his will
because Earl was still trying to fight. I'm just trying to find another word. This is the thing right here.
He took his heart.
Not his heart. Okay, his heart. Not his heart.
Okay, like, bro, what did he take then?
He took his confidence.
We know Earl took an ass whooping. We know that. We can all agree to that.
No, I know, but you got to understand, when you in that ring, bro, and you can't absolutely do nothing against nobody, and everything you do, that's a word. That's a good one, confidence. But
Okay.
Earl
or
just couldn't
motivation.
do. Earl couldn't do nothing. Think about it. If Earl throw the jab, Crawford was gonna hit him with something. If Earl tried to go to the body, Crawford was gonna hit him with something. It was happening like that all night. So at one point in the time, Earl like, fuck.
You right.
All
You
right,
right.
all you gotta
I
do
stand corrected. Hold on, y'all. I
Hey,
stand corrected. He took his confidence. I like
Yep.
that. Go ahead, Mosquito.
yeah, the moment when Earl Spence knew he was defeated was at the end of the 7th round when he got dropped some 2 hooks and he got up, man. And when Harvey Doc was checking his, rubbing his gloves off, Spence like he took a deep breath and looked down at the floor, man. Go watch that moment right there when he knew he was defeated.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. I'm watching it right now.
Yeah, watch how Spence is when he get up, man. Watch how he like, damn, you know what I'm saying? He knew the fight was over with.
You know what?
Drop me
Mosquito's
again.
right. He did.
I think the fight was over in the second round, man.
Hey, hold on, y'all. Time out real quick. Time out. My bad. My apologies. Shout out to my guy. It's my opinion, man, for that $5 donation. He said Big Fish deserves the MVP Brimley Award. Hey, man, I totally agree, man. I totally agree.
Man.
Go ahead, y'all. My bad.
No, but here's the thing. You know when you're playing a game and you're losing, and you get, like, let's say you get dropped and whatever, you get up and you're like, man, like you get upset and you look at the phone, you're like, man, I shouldn't have done this, man, I should have. That's what he was doing after that third knockdown with the double hook. He got up, he was like, man.
Let me give you a better example. Why using the game? It's like if you're the best on a particular game, and then you finally come across that person that's better than you.
Oh my God. That's happened to me before.
And nothing's working for you. You're doing this, you're doing that, you're doing this strategy, that strategy, and nothing's working. You're like, man.
It's like Bud was NBA 2K and Spence was double dribble in that fight. That's it. He looked so average, man. I mean,
he made him look like an amateur, bro.
He really did. He fight just like Derrick James did. Just go back and look at Derrick James, how he fought. He taught him the same way.
Well, I'm gonna tell y'all the truth though. Derrick James wanted to fuck Bud ass up after that fight, though.
Yeah,
he was swinging Bud ass.
You see his look.
He was trying to check his gloves, bro. He was trying to check his gloves. I seen the video.
I see.
He looking like, you got something in your shit? Because he couldn't believe what he saw, bro. He was in a state of shock.
I was in a state of shock because I
want to say something.
I knew he was gonna win, but like that, God.
Go ahead, go.
Listen. Now you know you're a bad motherfucker. You whoop a one nigga ass and talking to his homeboy outside the ring. You gonna whoop his ass too in it.
Yep.
Now that's some fucked up shit there.
And I think after the fight was over, man, when he jumped on the ropes and Charlo was looking at him, I think Charlo, like, he had to bow down to him, like, yeah, you beat him, you got him. He was like, I know.
He did. And then Terence was like, thank you, appreciate it. You get in the ring.
But not trying to make no excuses though about Earl Spence, because like I thought he was gonna win, but I think Charlo will be a better matchup.
I do too.
Terence Crawford. I'm not gonna lie to y'all.
I do.
I think that'll be a way better matchup.
Isn't that the Charlo that he spar Spence?
Yeah,
Spence beat his ass.
I've seen it firsthand, but the context matters though. That was before all this shit that's happened with Earl Spence, right?
I ain't seen
car rig and all this shit, the injuries. Hey, so who knows how they sparring been going lately, bro?
Speaking of that, E3, look at the shit you just sent me today.
Yeah, I was about to ask y'all about that. Have y'all saw that? But I say that, but y'all can talk about it. But I'll talk about it later.
What happened?
Well, Charlo. Well, go ahead, Ayo. Go ahead and see.
No. You can explain it, E3.
No, I was just about to say.
Give us a sneak peek.
Charlo was running. On the All Access episode number 2. They posted like a little clip, a snippet of it.
Yeah, I seen that shit.
And he was talking, like, he was basically talking shit about Earl, like how Earl was breathing hard when he was running. Y'all remember that clip in All Access between him and Crawford?
In the beginning.
Charlo was kind of making fun of him. And that shit was kind of, it was funny, but it was definitely a low blow. And me and Ayo had a conversation about this shit maybe a week ago. We both think that they gonna end up fighting. If Earl don't retire eventually, they gonna end up fighting.
Hey, he purposely did it. You know why he purposely did it?
Why?
Because I think he don't think Earl Spence could beat him no more.
But the question would be the question with that would be, would Derrick James recuse himself from the fight, or who corner would he be in if he didn't?
And this is the thing right here. I don't got no problem with Charlo saying that, because as many shots as Earl Spence done took at Charlo, talking about, hey man, I fight him. Yeah, we can fight. I ain't gonna say
you right, I
we
am.
can't fight. Come on now.
Earl put that shit out there first. If we being honest,
He did.
Earl a motherfucking snake, man. You. I mean, I'm just starting to. He's a snake.
Oh, I'm ready for this
because I don't like the shit that you do with Frank Martin. I don't like, but I'm gonna talk about that next week.
And Earl was
is it gonna be a short video?
That'll be the start. Hey, that'll be the start of the new series. E-Thriller. That should be the start of the new series.
Hey man, y'all gotta go sub up to my Patreon. That's where I'm gonna put all that shit in.
I was the second sub.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm not sure. I was one of the subs though. The first few. Go do it, bro. It's $5. You guys broke or something?
Say now,
make that point about that.
Earl been taking shots at Charlo. Been taking shots and saying this one Earl thought he was the man. Everybody was talking about Earl. Y'all know Charlo ain't been getting that much pub. Earl been getting all the pub, and Earl always took shots and said, "Yeah, I fight him. Who say I want to fight him?" And
my kids go to private school. I fight anybody. Yep, he was saying all this. Yep, I remember that shit. You spot on, boy.
And some mosquito spray thing. Who corner he'll be in? Shit, Derrick James gonna be in the corner. Who he think gonna win? And I truly believe Derrick James think Charlo gonna win right now.
That sound about right. But Ayo, tell me the thing about this though, because he might not have full confidence in Derrick James. What if Spence got Derrick James and Juan Guzman and Charlo corner with an interpreter? You know what I'm saying?
But
you say what? You say what, Mosquito?
I mean, maybe I know you ain't the highest on Derrick James. What if Charlo ain't got full confidence in him and he in Spence corner, and then you got Juan Guzman and Charlo corner?
I don't know, man. I just think Derrick James took Earl as far as he could take him, bro. Like when you feel like that on the big stage like that, don't tell me it's just one fight. No, this is the biggest moment of your life. And when he felt like that, look, Derrick James never. And look, I'm saying this now because you can look at it now after something like this playing out. We just regarded Earl Spence not having no head movement or being able to be swift on his feet because he's been able to do that to everybody else in a dominant fashion. Derrick James has not taught this dude nothing since he was fit. He kept that dude fighting the same, bro. He
fought like him. He fought like him.
Boy, the arrogance of that motherfucker, man.
Yep.
So the fight going the way it was is ultimately since his career started is Derrick James' fault.
No, I'm not saying no. You give credit what credit is due. What Earl did worked. But look, this is the thing right here. If you're a trainer, if you see that your guy doesn't do head movement, your guy could do these other things. So why ain't you specifically drilling head movement? Over the years. Why you ain't doing that? We know he great at doing this other thing. It's supposed to be other tools that you bring to your fighter. And yeah, it's easy for me to say that now, but if you go back and look, Earl ain't never had that. And when he got in there with a guy like Terence Crawford, it showed. Now Earl has been exposed. Look, I ain't saying Earl can't go to 154 and do nothing. But who gonna be confident in Earl Spence going to 154? Fighting against some of them guys. Who gonna be confident of him going in there against some of them guys?
We gotta see how he takes punches, bro. We don't know how he gonna react to punches.
And now they got the game plan. It's like a Lubin. Great point. Lubin is an excellent boxer. Lubin gonna take a page out of Crawford book. You stay on the outside. You catch Earl when he come in. He leave his head wide open when he lunge. bro.
Yo, he has nicknames for his fists, bro. He has Hammer and what?
Hammer. Yeah.
Hammer and Sledge. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Sledge and Hammer. Sledge
He
Hammer.
can punch too.
Sledge and Hammer. His left hand Sledge and his right hand's Hammer. Come on, bro.
He look good the last fight.
God.
They probably gonna throw Spence in the ring at 154 with a nigga like Sebastian Fundora coming off a
loss.
knockout. Like that, to gain his confidence, because you know Fundora, dumb big lanky ass. For some odd reason, he like to fight on the inside. I don't know why, but that fight will be tailor made for Earl.
Yep.
I put him in the ring with somebody like that.
He got to redeem himself.
That's what they need to
Earl might
do.
catch an uppercut. Remember what dropped him in the 7th round, the second knockout.
Yeah.
That's what they need to do, because putting them in there with Crawford. If you want to see Earl Spence career go on and him possibly have a chance in another division, Earl Spence, say no to that rematch. and look, I ain't gonna even look at Earl Spence bad for doing that, because this is a thing right here. When you come off a badass loss like that, you don't supposed to have. That's when we let our pride and our ego get the best of us. Like and I ain't gonna question his heart, because we seen him go 9 rounds taking the ass whooping. It wasn't like he kneeled down like Ryan Garcia. The referee had to stop the fight, or Earl Spence was finna get knocked out. Fact or fiction, E3?
That's a fact, Connie.
That's a fact. 100%.
So my thing is, I ain't gonna say, oh no, Earl, you a pussy for not taking this rematch. Any nigga with a logical mind, after seeing him get his ass whooped like that, no, he don't post up fight this dude 4 or 5 months later, right? Listen to me, y'all know the Terence Crawford that y'all gonna get in that ring right now against Earl Spence. Look,
he already in shape. Yeah.
You know, and look, this Terence Crawford against Earl Spence, E3 Mosquito and everybody else, he gonna be on some Mortal Kombat shit. Finish him, nigga. And I'm serious.
That shit just came out today too. Oh, shit. Go ahead, my man.
No. I'm serious. Like, for real, I fuck with Earl Spence. Genuinely, you know what I'm saying? And any real motherfucker, look, everything you don't do ain't all about the money. This nigga done made at least $60 million in his career. So, and you know, you can't, when you die, you can't die with the money. You know, if you make 60 million and you ain't smart with your 60 million to live a comfortable life, then that's on you. You do not go into this fight. And I could first admit and say, yeah, Earl, you take this rematch. This is what fighters do. But now, look, fighters took rematches when they barely lost. You know what I'm saying? Like, you go into a rematch if you barely lost. You know, got outclassed. You know, this dude got knocked down several times. It wasn't nothing he could do with him. So anybody who say he need to go back and know with Crawford, you a fucking fool. And if Earl Spence going here with him, he a fool. And if any of his handlers let him go in here with him, they some fools, because then they just show you they don't give a fuck about Earl Spence.
Yep.
They give a fuck about that money, fam.
Derrick James is the main nigga that said, you know, he filling his head up with BS, talking about it was just an off night and all that other goofy ass shit. Like, all right. Because you definitely had an off night as a coach.
Yeah, Derrick James made the 10%. It's reportedly Earl made $30-40 million, so that's like $3 or $4 million. Derrick James made. So of course, Earl, that was just an off night. Yeah, I feel my fighter is the better fighter. You water bug looking motherfucker. What fucking proof do we got? Video evidence that Earl Spence is the better fighter than Terence Crawford? You dumb. Oh man, bro.
I couldn't believe you said that shit, bro.
Yeah, I firmly believe that between them two men, the competition has been decided.
Yeah.
No, and I ain't saying that, like, hey, Earl, fight him again later if Crawford's still around, and Crawford wants to give you that opportunity. But what you do right now, after a loss like that, you rehabilitate yourself. And rehabilitating yourself is fighting competition to get your confidence back. Because after taking a loss like that, what type of confidence is Earl Spence gonna have going forward in any fight? Like,
yeah,
think
he need
about it.
to. I think he need to work on some new wrinkles in his game if he's trying to. Obviously, they need to add some. So he need to take some fights to where he can be comfortable doing it with an opponent. Because you don't want to go into a fight with the best fighter in the world, one of the most dangerous niggas walking planet Earth, trying to work on new shit that you ain't been doing. You might get hurt worse.
That's fact. That's fact right there. So Earl got some decisions to make, and let's keep it 100. People always talk about Earl talk like that because that's because of his new teeth. Earl been slurring. Earl been slurring his words, bro.
Yeah.
And then think about what type of fighter he is. You know, he fight like a Mexican fighter. You know, he hold his balls and he come forward and he catch punches and take punches and he try to break people down and show people he's stronger than them. And doing that, you're gonna take a lot of punches coming forward like that, especially when you coming forward on the straight line and you don't got no head moving when you coming forward, bro. Earl Spence is already talking the way he talking, you know, like he really need to think about going back in this fight with Terence Crawford, bro. It's not a fight I'm interested in. It's not a fight that I feel gonna last 2 or 3 rounds. I feel like as soon as Terence Crawford hit him, that's gonna be it. You know.
Hey, let me ask y'all this, man. Let me ask y'all one more thing before I get off of this bitch. Do y'all feel like that beatdown was worse than what Fury did to Wilder, Pastor Wilder, in the second fight?
It's close. It's close.
Because that's the only other time I seen a nigga just get beat down like that.
Wilder was bleeding out his ear. That was deadly.
Which one you think is worse, Ayo?
Crawford.
I don't think so.
Like I ain't never
Spence
said
Crawford fight.
Yeah,
is worse?
you gotta understand because I don't look at Deontay Wilder like that. This ain't no discredit to Deontay Wilder. I just don't look at him like that. When I look at Earl Spence and Terence Crawford, and they both was top 5 pound for pound, and then like we thought this was gonna be Thomas Hearns versus Sugar Ray Leonard or Hagler, right?
Yep.
And Crawford came in there and dominated him, bro. Miss me with that. Don't say this better because Fury had the opportunity to fight Deontay Wilder the first time, and he figured Wilder out. That first fight will make him come back that second fight and be able to put on that show. It didn't take Crawford 2 times.
Yeah.
Crawford came there the first time.
You're right. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. I think you should.
He said he wasn't gonna leave it up to the cars neither.
Did you guys hear about something? They said the best opportunity that Earl Spence will have to make it a better fight is if they bring Drawn Boots Ennis.
I'm not talking about that goofy ass shit.
That sounds stupid.
I think Mosquito asked us about that the other day offline. I don't know.
Yeah, that shit ridiculous.
Do you think he'll make it to the fight if he ever does that?
No, man. He's not
No, man.
nigga. Man, boxing nerd, I'm done, bro. That shit good. Niggas will do anything for content, bro.
Boxer, no, he need to go on and fight Keith Thurman, man. Boots need to fight Keith Thurman.
Yeah,
I love that fight.
I would say Earl Spence fight Keith Thurman.
That too.
I ain't mad at that fight.
That's
I think
the
he should
fight.
take that fight now.
Here's the thing with that fight. Danny said
that's the fight.
Thurman hits harder than Earl, so
yeah, he should take that fight. That ain't no bad fight now, Ayo.
Yeah, that's the fight. That's the fight right there, and it'll still be big.
Yeah.
Hey man, I gotta get off this fucking live, y'all. Man, let's go ahead and get closing thoughts in. Going out to COE Films, man. Closing thoughts, my guy.
Yeah, man. My bad, y'all. I
you good?
But look, my closing thoughts is this. I done told y'all what they gonna do to your boy Crawford. They're gonna freeze him out another 2 to 3. You know what I'm saying? But he will go down as one of the greats. We just gotta appreciate this greatness right now and just, man, keep pushing forward. Salute to everybody that was on the panel tonight, man. I always enjoy, man, coming in, kind of giving my take and listening to y'all, man. Salute.
Appreciate you, fam. All right, man. Going out to Joe Cool. Closing thoughts, my guy.
All right. Salute to everybody on the chat. This is always a good thing when we come together and do this thing. We rock it till the wheels fall off. But Bud gonna do his thing, you know. He just gonna sit back and wait, and then he just gonna dominate as usual. And I want love to everybody.
Hey Joe, cool. Before you go, bro, I appreciate you for sending me the shit that you be sending me because sometimes I be missing articles and videos and shit. So keep sending them hoes, bro. I appreciate it, bro.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt. One love to everybody.
Already, man.
Already.
Going out the boxing nerd 1-on-1. Closing thoughts, my guy. Boxing nerd.
My bad.
Oh, you good? You good?
Appreciate you for coming on, E3. You know,
yes, sir.
You one of the best, if not the best, in the boxing YouTube community. When it comes to entertainment, when it comes to know-how, when it comes to breaking down these narratives that these Aero fans, because the aerosexual days are over. And there's nothing to be sexual.
Facts.
The niggas out of control, man.
They ain't nowhere to be found, man.
Hey, boxing nerd, them niggas way in the water.
Yo, for real, but I appreciate you, E3, man. We love to see you more often. If you can, if it's available in your schedule, please come on. You already know you have a fan base here ready to talk this shit about boxing. You know what I mean? So, Crawford is the face of boxing right now, in my opinion. He's the guy. He's the one to beat, and I feel like he's going to be that for the next 2 years. So, yeah. And Boots is the future.
God.
Appreciate you, E3. That's all I got.
Appreciate you, boxing nerd. Appreciate that, man.
I knew that was coming.
All right, man. Going out to Mr. 214 to across the pond. Closing thoughts, my guy.
Hey man, E-Thriller, man, great show, bro, man. Great to have you back, bro. After these days, man. No, you need that much needed rest, but you came back on fire tonight, man. Just cooking and letting the truth come to the power and the power come to the truth. And at the end of the day, man, Terence, like I'm gonna concur with boxing there. Terence Crawford is the #1 pound for pound fighter on the world. Terence Crawford has earned the right to call all his shots that he want to call. If people don't like it, you know, don't watch him, you know. But it ain't gonna make no difference though, because the way he beat Earl Spence, Terence Crawford gained a whole lot of new fans. So you couple of people who still salty with him, it ain't gonna do you no justice if you don't watch him, because it's gonna be a lot of other people watching him. Shout out A3.
Appreciate y'all, your TBA, man. And last but not least, going out to my brother Eddie Atlas. Take us home, bro.
Appreciate having me on E3. I like subscribe, become a part of the Wolf Pack, man. And yeah, like I say, the champ got the right to call the shots, man. He earned it in the ring the right way, how you supposed to do it. Looking forward to what we got the rest of this year, man. The General and Charlo here in a couple of weeks, and see what's gonna happen with Crawford, man. Everybody take it light, be safe. I'll catch y'all on the next.
Already, man. Shout out to everybody that pulled up on me on the panel, man. Shout out to everybody in the Wolf chat. Shout out to the playback game. Make sure y'all drop some comments in the chat. Let me know if y'all enjoyed the show, man. Shout out to the motherfucking everybody on social media, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and beyond, TikTok. Until next time, we are gone. Holla.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I said it.
Goat Thriller, back better, iller, pound for pound, killing these topics with analytics, silencing all the critics, trying to bite the style, they get sun like children. YouTube villain, podcast killing, so antagonistic and prolific with the swiftness. Make sure you make weight before you trying to debate. Yeah, I said it, and I never hesitate. Hit them with hooks, cause these rooks took the bait. Start the show, cause goats never hesitate. Ducking smoke, got them sweating at they toxins.
Yeah,
Goat Thriller, cleaning up the sport of boxing. Aight then.
Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I said it. I fucking wait. I am the greatest. Yeah, I said it.